Troops, if you've been involved in a wee accident, there's only one company to get involved with, G4 Claims. Now, they're securing people all over the roads of Scotland. You give them a wee phone, everything's taken care of. The stress, it's gone. So if you're involved in that wee bump, you can remember listening to this podcast, you can be like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, no, wait, I do know what to do because of Reilly's Gaff. You can give them a wee call. And the number to get them on, guys, is 01698 767 172. That's 01698 767 172. And they've got a website as well, notatfaultclaim.com. So if you're involved in a wee road accident, you need it sorted, get in touch with G4 Claims. Cheers.
Day-to-day the shit change, but you know for the most part nothing indifferent. Sometimes be stuck in my ways, weekend fucked up in somebody's kitchen, sticking my hand, I'm chilling with the troops and my few cans down, so I walk like Winston. Trust me, I wake up hanging, you think that I'm leaving this bed, you're kidding, I'm sitting on back in the pad, get deep fried and I smoke some packs of the grass, put the feet up, kick back and relaxing your best, know I'm sitting on Reilly's Gaff.
Even like, I remember when I went to the dam, right, and I remember like the first bit of bud I bought, right, and it's like a surreal experience. You're like in a shop, obviously. Like, how many times had you been before that?
Once.
Right, aye. So like, see the first time you go and you're actual in a shop and you're like looking at all this bud and you're like, this is too good to be almost true right now. You're like, no, there's gonna, I'm like getting set up here.
Aye.
Imagine like the first, imagine, right, no, bro, listen to this. Imagine, right. You're seeing all this shit about the dam growing up, right? You're like, no way, you can just go there and like, walk about puffing bud and that.
Aye.
And then you go, you're like, I need to go, and that. There's all this shit about, oh, aye, the dam's brilliant. Imagine you went, mate, right? And you went into the coffee shop and like everybody around you, like that was smoking and all that, like they just stopped and the police ran in. And they were like, that, right, you're trying to buy drugs, not like it was all that was all the damn, all the adverts and that for it. It was all like actors and that just
like
to like set you up to get the jail.
You know, like they wouldn't be that bothered about anybody else, but it's you.
Like they're just like, how dare you? You're like, why me, man? This is a lot of effort for just me.
Speaking of that, right, I went into, it was like a Hunter's coffee shop or something. It was like every cunt that was serving there was pure brand new. It was like right outside my hotel. And I walked in and it was the day you said get super silver haze. And I was like, oh, I'll fucking jump here. And I went there and as soon as I walked in, I just seen a police pull up outside me and two police walk in. And I was pure like, oh fuck, like actual felt like, is this place actual? Like, are they selling something different or something? I don't know. And the police went up and they just had like forms for the cunt to sign. It must be like signing off like your licence every. I can't imagine what it would have been, but it had forms for him to sign. And then the police was just like, "Oh, I like that there. That's nice stuff and all that." And like just talking to cunts about their green, which was just mad.
Such a surreal experience, isn't it? That's what I was going to say. Because like when I went and bought it, I remember walking out with it and we walked out the shop and all that and I had it in my pocket and I was like, and then mate, I just looked ahead and seen like the mad colour, like see the mad reflective, like mad lines on a polo thing. No, like on like the back of a polo thing. Like I just seen two mad uniforms and I was like, oh fuck. And I took it out of my pocket and put it down my balls, right? And I was like, in fact, I don't need to do that. And I just took it back out. It was a freeing moment, mate. Because when you walk, like I feel like the police in the dam are just like, what's happening? Like they're no like a mad way they're like trying to catch you doing stuff.
I mean, I'm not saying like, no, I was saying everybody's pure happy. Even the police, like, oh yeah, this looks nice. Not like, I think it's not just cause I like bud, but it would help because if everybody's baked most of the time, it's like everybody's sound. But I think it's like when I came back, I looked up like average prices for jobs there because I was talking to a guy there and they worked in like a Stone Island shop and he was from Manchester and he'd lived there for like 6 years. And it was like, I was just talking to him and I was like, what's like the rent like? And he's like, oh, it's expensive. I'm like €1,600. But, and I was like, indeed, like a month. And I was like, but you still like live comfortably? And he's like, oh, hi, like anytime I want to get for dinner, I'm sound, like can date and I want, I've saved up and all that. And I was like, that's weird. And I fucking looked up like the average salary and see for like retail workers, it's like $5,000 a month. and for like just like labourers, they get like 60 grand a year, and like it's
So like actual matches a lot better
Aye.
than it maybe does in the UK.
I like everything's a wee bit more expensive, like this,
Aye,
but everybody's got disposable income, really, like disposable income, like that.
Aye.
Like everybody can just do what they want, like they're just happy. But
Aye, there's
here's
no
pure, like
you're pure.
my wages came in, I
Pure
was
lit.
underpaid, not that. Like everything's just pure torture.
Mate, we only put the heating on our birthdays, mate.
Aye.
That's
Three-
all, you've got to take those risks now, Jamie. Do you know
Three
what I mean?
jumpers at Christmas.
Oh, mate, there's a lot of blanket will do. I'll say that, mate. you need to save this winter. You really do, mate. But I wanted to show you something right off the bat, mate.
Up for it.
Now, this is, have you heard about this theory? Where's the laptop, Joseph? Mate, well, have you heard this theory about, obviously our good friend Kaz Milligan was on here talking about like, oh, maybe, no, he wasn't saying maybe, he was saying dinosaurs aren't real, mate. And now there's a sort of a movement going on, mate, that birds aren't real. Just
Birds?
they're no real.
Like to hear
There's
it.
a rally,
Aye.
like people out saying like, mate, some of the
Mate, we
t-shirts,
should go
there's
to
a
that.
t-shirt, we'll see it in the video, that says, when it squawks, it stalks, right? Which means that the birds are spying on us, bro.
It's a tough line, bro.
The birds are spying on us, bro. I don't know. And this is what's making me worried, because obviously we do know the tale about my girlfriend being hunted by a gull and a crow.
were-
Just next to the Royal Infirmary. The irony almost
Aye.
have been done in outside the hospital. But
By two birds who aren't necessarily pals.
and I haven't ever forgiven them. Now, if this is real, Jamie, and birds actually aren't real and they're actually robots, who's controlling these bloody robots, mate? Because they're ruining my relationship, mate. They are causing my girlfriend some anxiety when she sees other gulls and
Any
crows.
gulls, any
And it's-
aquatic creatures.
Anything that can fly, she's because as we did speak, I think we spoke about it on Patreon. The gulls are very unpredictable, and
The morals as well. You were saying?
aye, no, they don't have any, bro.
But-
The morals. See, when you're like a bird, right? Like I'm not talking like human bird. I'm talking when you're a gull, a crow,
Yep.
a toucan, right?
A turkey.
Aye, a turkey, right?
Turkeys
when
are-
you have the capability to fly, right? That's only something that us mere mortals could dream of, mate.
dream of,
That
literally.
is something that you throw up my hypothetical and go, would you rather like be
All the
invisible or
money in the
fly,
world,
mate?
aye.
And you're like, fly goes there again, you be 5 minutes. But
They've
they
just got
can
that,
just
mate.
do it, mate.
For like day 6.
But do you think they ever look at? Do you think?
Like,
do you
no
think,
day 1, but for about day 6, they can just do that,
do
bro.
you think they ever look at us and go, fuck, they can fucking like hold stuff in their horns really well or something? Like, do you think there's something that we do?
I don't know what they
that
ask.
the birds, or do you think they're even capable of thinking about that?
No, they're definitely no, if you want a serious answer. I don't think they are, but I was thinking like how much more evolved could a bird get? Because if it had arms, it would be quite shite. Imagine a bird with just wee arms, it's like walking about like that. It'd be quite shite. I think it's got a mad beak and all that. It's got claws, mate. They're already doing their thing. Know what I mean, they don't
Aye.
need any of the human
So
characteristics.
you think they're quite? I mean, well, not to kind of throw shade on the bird community if they're listening to this podcast, but why are you coming into our territory to look for food at the bins and that if you're doing so well as your sort of species?
Mate, as
maybe
I
they
said-
need to strengthen their hands, mate.
They need
Do you know?
to,
And maybe they need
can I
to.
get in the gym and that?
Aye, cut a prep. PT, what's his name? Young Dale McColgan.
Dale McColgan.
Dale
aye.
McColgan.
Starting January, by the way.
I start January 2020 fucking free, mate. That's it. That is a legendary post. But we do have the video.
Can I just say about birds? Sorry, just my final point.
Finishing closing statement on the birds.
I always want to caveat when we go after that about seagulls, which is every other week now. We slag seagulls and say they're shite and scary and arseholes. But I always want to caveat by saying they're very good looking birds. If they weren't as common, as we said before, if you had never seen one in your life, you'd be like, what is
There's
that
a
thing?
fucking big white bird, man.
Why is that no like the symbol of a country, like
Aye.
a bald eagle? It looks like a
It
bald
is, mate,
eagle.
America, mate.
No, but I'm saying
Oh,
it
I
should
thought
be
the gull. Ah, right,
it
'cause you
should
said
be
eagle.
like, a gull
Aye.
should be.
The Scottish one.
Aye, mate, a gull. Know what I
The
mean?
gull of Scotland.
Aye, mate, even
The
say-
famous gull. Like, we'd start selling like wee gull keyrings and that, and all like at the airport and shit.
No, I was thinking like how like the Chinese dragon like
Aye.
they all dance in it. Know what I mean? Like they've all
Aye.
got a party. We've got a
We
big
go in the
seagull,
big gull.
man.
That would be That is, I think I've had nightmares about that, bro. The biggest world.
Everybody holds a chip out for the goal and all that.
The ceremony chip will go. The goal comes through them. Because there's only one. So it's like you just need to get him around to see everybody, and everybody gets to look
The
at
big
it.
goal.
It's like that. Just looking at everybody, man.
Mate, goals are terrifying. Goals don't have, as we said, no morals. And if a goal does something, it's got no remorse, bro. There's not a set, like, say that goal who attacked my girlfriend, right?
You hung up on that.
The one that attacked my
Fred called.
my lover. Mate, the one that done that, it's no thought about that one since that day, you know what I mean? Then they go back and go, fucking shouldn't have done that to that lassie down there. They go, who's next, mate? Who's getting it next, mate, man? I'm a goal.
I had a good bird saying, water off a duck's back, bro.
Lovely, mate.
Blood off a goal's neck, bro.
That's the way I wanted to start talking about the goals. But look, mate, let's have a wee look.
Look at that hat, man. Is he pure gunning?
Mate, I can't even tell with this guy. Right, so mate, there's a better one, right?
If it squawks, it stops.
There's a sign on it that says, for audio listeners, if it squawks, it stops, right? We'll read out some of the signs we see, because it's crazy. Right, I'll skip this guy, right? There's a sign with birds equals spies on it.
It's a mad old guy, I know. I would listen to his advice.
Aye, mate, he looks really... he looks like he knows a lot about the wars that have happened.
Aye,
Like,
he looks
and we, like,
wise.
and the reason we went into Iraq wasn't for money. And all that, like one of the
Aye,
guys,
or
like,
he
could tell you about that shit.
He could explain the economy to me or something.
Aye, and you'd be like, oh, I don't get it. And he'd be like, oh, you'll
You have to
understand
open
one
up an
day.
IRS. Shit, man.
And always pay your taxes.
Bubs, eco
Look,
spice.
bro, you need to see this, right? So, for this one, right, they're booing the gulls. This is the gulls flying by.
Down with birds.
They're all booing. Imagine, like, birds going by and so you seen somebody booing them, mate.
Boo! You'd be like, whoa, we need to cross the road. Which is madder, one guy or like a group of people doing it? See, if it's a group of people, I'll listen, mate.
What?
You need numbers to get me to
You
listen,
can't
bro.
go and boo that. You look insane. You need a good few
You
years.
can't be a town crier, mate.
Look at these little fucking...
fucking imbeciles.
Listen, look, I mean, listen to this, right? This is two young men. And their t-shirts say, bird watching goes two ways. So the birds are watching us. That's what...
It's a clever t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a clever t-shirt. Right, here we go.
Mate,
Mate, if this movement comes to fucking Scotland, I'll be there, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I've only got one question, but
What?
why? Like, why are they? Like, why would they not be real? Like, what's the point in that?
The government... Right.
I'm sorry, mate.
I've explained to you before, mate. The government, right, has got these mad 8G chips, bro, right?
Yeah.
And what they're doing is, mate, see down at the Tenants Brewery, they're injecting mad chips into, like, they're catching mad stray dogs that live in, like, the East End, right? They're injecting them, right? They're going and finding the gulls in the trees, right? Mating with the gulls, these stray
Because
dogs.
of the chips?
And this chip, mate, what it does is it puts the chip into the gull, and that's how they transfer the chip.
sperm?
And these
The gull
birds,
eats the chips.
the gull eats the chip, the 8G
Chips?
chip.
Aye.
And then basically, once it's done that bird is then a government agent.
Right.
A government agent who can fly, appear very lifelike,
Gets a salary, obviously.
gets a salary, has a family.
Got a driving license.
And these are the type of gulls you'll see in places, maybe live in places like Bothwell.
Oh, a Bovril gull.
Mate, I seen a gull in. Do you ever heard of Slater's menswear?
Aye. Yeah.
Getting measured for a suit yesterday
Aye,
for a
well,
wedding.
good
of
for him, that's
and
what's-
I'm not even married, mate.
It's good for him, but I bet the bride looks lovely.
Where did that gull get married?
Troon Beach. It's like the pure like top dog in it for them. Like
Troon Beach is like Kelvin Grove Park for the girls, bro.
they just love it, mate.
That's
They
the
just
meeting
love it.
point. You don't hear you get up to you get up to Troon. You get up to
bro.
Troon tonight. Oh, they ride a shite up, just hit that motor a belter there.
Bad acidy shites, mate. They're dropping mad fucking.
They're dropping
acid on us, bro. Or is it
It's
alkali?
dumbing down the nation, bro.
Aye.
I was thinking about this as well, right?
What the word
This is,
government?
I want Joe to answer this as well, right?
Right.
I was thinking about this today, right? Say somebody came up to you, right? And they were like that, look, I'll give you anything, right? You can get anything after you do this one thing, right? And you need to do it. You pick how you want to die. So like you say, right, how do I want to, like, you get to choose, you don't know when it's going to happen, but you need to choose a way to die and be like, that's what I want.
Aye.
And so you live knowing that that's going to happen. No matter what you do, that's going to happen.
So are you asking if I would do that?
No, you need to, he's like, no, you need
Oh,
to.
and I'm answering you.
Aye, so you need to
Right.
tell, you. What would you put down for like, this is how I want to
I'll
go?
give you some like what I do like
'Cause I don't think you
three
want
key
to- I-
points. We'll do 3 key points of the death, right?
This one is way-
One. No,
There's
no,
no way of cheating death, bro. Did you know listen to fucking that guy with the bird sign that was
Aye.
telling us about the economy and all
Aye,
that?
I know, fuck's sake.
Cheats, man. You could say like, I'll no die until like the universe explodes or something. The only way I can die is by
No,
the
bro.
sun blowing up or something.
No, bro,
needs to
this
be
is the
within-
thing,
it
right?
needs to be
No,
within
this is the
120
thing about
years.
this question, right? See that guy? It's me, mate. And I know all your mad jokes and all that, so I need a real...
I'll give you.
I need a real...
Lad, can we do
You
that
can't
job
fool...
interview?
if you try your any... The Tennessee switcheroos, some would
Aye,
say, Jamie. If you try one of them, they'll 1-2, they'll pull my
Aye,
pants
they'll-
down. It'll not go well.
Left,
So we
right,
need
good
a real... We need a real kind of death cause here. We're no... Nay, like, oh, bye, but I would cross my fingers when I agreed to this thing and all that.
Aye,
Can't have that.
Fuck all that. Right, so
What's factors? What are we thinking about? What are we picking?
I'm doing this like
Based
a
on-
PowerPoint presentation,
Right, okay.
So just kid on, you can see.
Right.
Shit, it's up here, right? Point number 1. I want to go out in a blaze of glory. Like that.
Do you?
Point number 2. It needs to be sophisticated. Point number 3. My face needs to be intact.
Oh, so they can't touch the face. That's
Sophisticated explosion? Is it like
Aye.
electric or something?
No, I'd be like, just for example, say like a helicopter like flying off the building of the Oscars after I've won an award or something,
that.
and then that. But
They
my
would,
head's
they, would
sound.
they would never let anybody to fly a helicopter into the Oscars, bro.
I don't know.
No, bro.
Just in case they
Have
get
some
a bit-
respect for the history of the event, bro. You know what I mean?
The academy. Have some respect for the
But you
academy.
know, see, like even like Brad Pitt and that, say they're out for a snout before the Oscars starts, right at the front door, right, and they're getting brought in by drivers and all that, and fucking. And then the cunt comes in with a helicopter, and they're like, "Oh, this fucking guy."
That's
Even
dog-
they would be
Mate,
like that.
That's me. I'm
I
that
know-
fucking guy,
I know
mate.
it is, mate.
And it's only like, see, you know how I get there? I walk, mate. I walk there. I just leave that way because like I've just done the best speech ever. I've won best actor, best fucking writer, best director all at the same time. And I've got so many people just no, that know what I mean. So I need to leave it. It's for everybody else, know what I mean?
Is it for like your mental health?
Well, we need to protect that as well. But
How funny is this, right? Like, see, mad like older guys, and that
Aye.
that like didn't grow up in their generation. So like, obviously we'll be like, I don't feel that good and all that, and like, there's mad old guys like a taxi driver you'll get, and they'll be like, aye, that mental health, it's mental, innit? No, I think I've got it. And like they don't understand like your mental health is a mad ongoing thing in your life. It's like they think you've got that, and
Aye.
like that means something
got
drive you.
mental health, aye.
I've got
Mate,
that mental health.
the worst people.
It kind of does sound like that, doesn't it?
Aye.
Your health is mental, mate.
Your health is all over the
Mate,
place.
Very
No.
descriptive.
Mate, the people that are heavy don't like talking about it. For some reason, I don't know why. Football players, mate. See, like when you see a video of a football player and it's like, class this, and it's like, so just, you have to speak up about like, and it's like Sergio Busquets and that. You're like,
And you're
mate,
like,
shut up.
and you're like, they both footy lad, the Busquets never even said that, mate.
Mate, because it always gets put by the sound. It's like, you got me out of my mind, and it's all like sad and it's black and white and that. No, I mean, it's like
pure. The day before the Champions League final, Carlos Puyol cried in his bed all night, and then he went out and won. Like, what respect. And it's all got like my clap emojis. Got to respect this and all that
from an Arsenal fan and all that. Like pure random. Like I don't know.
Rate this. I'm a Celtic fan, but I rate that.
And it's exactly. But I think it's pure. I think it's pure because. I don't know if I'm saying it because they've always had mad amazing lives like they're playing
it's kind of like
I'm being a pure prick like shut up mate like, but like it's one thing it's always pure annoyed me, you know what I mean?
Because you're like right because like they're doing this thing and they're like aye blah 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 and then they go into their like 300 grand motor drive home to the match and you're like
which is so bad mate cause it's not about what you have in that like,
no but at the same time right it definitely isn't 100% that but you've got a much better chance to no being upset if you're earning that much money, haven't you?
Rather cry in Lamborghini, bro.
Oh, brother.
I would rather be crying than in Lamborghini than smiling on bike, bro.
Right, rather my tears fell onto some Tuscan leather, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
That's some Maybach wood.
Not no faux leather, is that what you call it? No, that's like fun, man.
Four cheesies, you're thinking now?
Aye.
Four cheese pizza.
Look, mate, we've had
that question about the death.
Oh, we never even answered it.
Oh, aye.
What do you think you said?
I said blaze of glory, sophistication.
Blaze of glory is just a sort of like descriptive, like that.
Aye.
But you like you're a literal like you're in a building and it blows up or something.
I like save somebody, like I save a baby for the top of a skyscraper. He was on the roof, right? And I rappel up the side, save the Wayne, getting him done safely, but it's too late for me, so I just stone at the top like that, man. It's good done with a shit, man, like that.
That's pretty heroic.
Aye.
See, I kind of
could that happen? Like,
I kind of because Matt, I don't know, Jamie. I don't know if this was your first thoughts to this question. I was like, probably just go mad, like sleeping.
Peacefully in your sleep.
And then I was like, oh my god, that's such a mad old guy thing to do.
Such a bone.
Like how like how embarrassing. They were like, how did he die? Just like he just died, man. And they're like, no, it wasn't a thing. It was like
mate, he was like, I don't know, he was like 60.
Mate, it's like when somebody's like granda dies or something, and you're like, what happened? He's like, he's just old, mate.
Just old, mate. Just that. That's such a sad answer, I think. Like, even though they've lived a mad good life, it's like 103. How should I? Like, what are you asking that for? Obviously, can you imagine that? Like, my great granny, she's 106, man. She died all day. How what happened? Fuck, you alright, mate? no, like, it's simply because I'm mad. What happened? Like, was that a car crash or something? I know she's like, mate, what if we cost her a bit?
Shot? Fuck, you did alright. Was she on that scene? Like, she was a hunt. she got ability head, bro.
She's on free. Oh, natural causes. She gets shot, mate. Point blank range. She got a fucking 2-2 revolver, man.
Somebody walked in and just shot her, man. My gran.
It's a sad thing.
What's a
good?
I want to die with a meteor hitting the earth for like the sun blowing up or something.
So can he have that? You're like the game master.
As long as you die, man, I'm happy.
But does that mean he'll live for like thousands of years?
No, it will happen.
It's just like in the see, right. This is
when you die, you want
else to die, man. When I die.
All right, I kind of want that.
Do you?
Is that quite narcissistic?
Is that like the worst thing ever? Right? Like the worst feeling a human can want.
Because what is the point in like there being an earth when like I die?
Mate, there is definitely into pure folk like that. Like imagine like
100%.
Marilyn Monroe and all that. I bet she was like, how can this all even still be happening when I'm dead?
Aye.
Like,
how dare? Aye. Like a mad pure, but like, cause like imagine like even like in a mad weird way, right? Like I think everybody thinks that like deep down in your consciousness, right? There's a seed that goes like. See when I die, man, it's gotta be away with that. but like, it won't really.
I think about shit.
Do you know what I mean?
You're
like, it's gonna fucking tear everything apart. And you're like, it's just
how's that even
people
funny?
like Tupac died. Not even like the world just kept.
Do you know what I thought about that one? Right, I thought about like what would happen if that fucking sad day did fall upon Earth, and I was like. Obviously, like they would have to stop doing the podcast, and then I was like, imagining like 2 weeks later. After I died, you've just been like, it was happening, troops were reacting to shit. And I was like,
watching that Birds Aren't Real thing, they're back out again.
Like, used their vlog to Birds Aren't Real, mate, and I'm dead like a week after.
Start clickbaiting Jamie coming back to life and all that, like at the grave. His
Do you
bones
like
and all that.
we dug up Jamie's grave and it's like the thumbnail's like him with a pure white face, like what that? Like just edited, but like I like badly edited,
mate. But you know that's the kind of thing that like I would be alright with, like for the views. Know what I mean?
Mate, this video, like, say if you die in mad, mysterious circumstances, like, this is going to get played in court, like, us pure. I'm pure.
Mate, we've talked about it all the time. We talk about dying, like, every episode now. I think it's a subconscious,
it's an interesting thing.
Can you, so what, how are you going to die?
You know, hey, I've never really thought about it, man. How did I die? I would like... Hand on heart, I would like to enter. Have you seen the show Strictly Come Dancing?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be in a passionate tango. You heard of the dance, the tango?
It can get passionate.
I would like to get to tango week, and I would like to be maybe in the last 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And I would
You
like.
think you can get there?
Because like this is I think I could get there, but a lot of. If I went out, if
What a good partner.
If I'd done a couple of 5Ks and that before I started it, good teacher, I could get there. I'd be top 4 and like the first 3 contestants have went. This is to see who gets in the final. And the first 3 contestants going, like, it's good. Mm-hmm. It's good. A lot of 8s, a lot of 9s, a lot of...
Nearly, aye.
Like, there's nothing under an 8, bro.
Aye, fuck.
First one get 2 8s, 2 9s.
Oh.
Next one gets 4 9s.
Oh, that's a game winning score, that.
And the next one gets 3 9s and 1 8. So it's
extra. Aye.
There's not been a 10 yet, but in the night.
Aye.
And I'd like to be last to go that night, and I would like to be tango.
Oh, you're the curtain closer on the tango, bro.
They're at tango, right? I'd like to be in the middle, right? We're nailing every step.
Aye, just like
boom, boom, boom. The turn, everything's flowing. It's
Hips.
effortless, right?
Hips.
And I want to get to the last second and they like a sort of thing where I like put my arms out, like as if like now when they finish and they're like ready to take the bout, and I want to slip, fall on my neck and break my neck and die, mate.
Aye.
That's how I go.
Mate, do you think in this scenario, do you think you win Strictly that year?
I think I
Like,
would.
as a mad honourable, like... Aye, like
And then as I lie dead, like one of like the judges tearfully just goes 10, and then they're like everybody's like
Aye,
that
aye.
clapping. Oh, that's a brilliant thing to do that.
class fair, come down with me, fam.
Respect. Aye. Got to respect this.
Oh.
So that's how I'd like to go, mate.
I like it, bro. So I was wanting to ask you, if you were to be on any reality TV show, what would it be?
Oh, I think it would need to be Come Down With Me, actually.
Come Down With Me.
I think Come Down With Me is a show that requires a lot of, I would say, grit.
Mm-hmm. Patience.
High level of sex drive.
Mm-hmm. Determination.
Mm-hmm. And I think, you
You've
know,
got all that in abundance, Evan.
you need to have that to even get on the show.
Aye.
And then when the contest is heating up, as you can see, I really like contests, mate. I like reality show contests, and I like to be on. And Come Down With Me, I think I've got what it takes, mate.
I think so. So can I ask you a series of questions about it?
Of course, mate. Fire on, aye.
Right. See, know how you've watched the show, of course. Do you know how when the guy says like, "Oh, that's not gonna be good," the mad narrator guy, like when you're cooking up your chocolate mousse or something, and he's like, "Oh, what's that? A pile of shit?" or something. Like, no, I'm talking about that guy.
He doesn't say that. Does the X-rated Come Down With Me, bro?
Aye.
The adults, is this the one that's on like after 11 or something?
Yeah, you
That
know.
looks like shit.
It's on Channel 4. So
Aye, that guy's funny, man.
So this is what I'm wondering, right? You having a kind of comical mind, would you like preempt the shit he's gonna say to like get back at him?
Oh.
Right? Do you know what I mean? Like
while it's recording,
aye.
like mate,
So you
like
just look
see,
up at
and
the
I'm like,
camera
shit, like go shite joke or something.
fuck you anyway, mate.
Aye, and he's like, oh.
Aye. So would you do that? I think that would be good.
I think I would. Would I be a bit cheeky? Probably. I'm going to tell you.
Aye. Right. So question 2.
Right. Okay.
What's your entertainment?
I would. I would maybe get a mic and do a podcast, bro.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Right, imagine standing in your living room.
Right, this bird tangle.
And what the mad comments like, the mad like narrator's like, Evan on his spare time does a podcast, a Scottish podcast, and it's like, right, so we've got questions for the guests. Pure awkward.
That would be good. So that's your entertainment.
That's my entertainment, aye.
And then something I always like, because I think, see, when I get into a restaurant, I don't look at the mains, I look at the starters. Starters mean a lot to me. I think if you've got good starters,
It sets the tone off. In
if you have good starters, you are a starter, as they say.
10. Forgetting 10 out of 10.
Aye, you're a starter if you have good starters. So what would you have as your dessert? What would you have as your starter?
My starter. No, the important thing with starter is it can't be too much. Because sometimes you go to a restaurant, maybe a lesser establishment, and you'll go and you'll get a starter and it'll be fucking massive, mate.
Nachos. Like.
You go to a pub, mate. Go to like a pub and get nachos as a starter, bro. And you there's 7 packets of Doritos on it. Fucking 5 gram of cheese melted in it. You know what I mean?
A kilo of salsa.
You're like, fuck. Like the nachos to share. And you're like, who's sharing with who, man?
Aye, so are you going to be like one of these wee pricky restaurants like 6 by Nico that have got like a pea and then
mate,
a bit of jus?
I would have an olive, which was one olive.
Would it be de-seeded?
No.
Make them walk for it.
Because I want them to taste the earth. So I would have a wee olive with nothing done to it, just an olive picked right for the olive tree. And I would have it, I cut it home down the middle, Jamie. I'd put some pomegranate seeds, which were picked by young men in Honduras struggling with their mental health, right? So
they are.
And it's just a group that they have there, and they were picked by them, sent over here. They're the finest pomegranate seeds you can get in the market, Jamie. They were picked, they were given to me, and I put 2 of them in that fucking bastard, mate. That olive.
2 each, you know?
Aye, because I like this slice in the middle. I do one, then one.
A
And
wee hot dog.
Aye, and then I have carrot puree.
Oh, aye.
Rune brimmy. And then a wee shot of Bovril with it. Imagine you went somewhere and they're like, a little aperitif. Mate, how, like, that's when you know you're in a good restaurant, see when they just bring you something out and they're like,
mate.
Yeah, that's when you know you're in somewhere, mate.
I was out for a business lunch the other day.
Oh, Jamie, boy.
In the Dakota Hotel, mate.
Oh, I'm actually bricked up right now, bro. Keep
fucking, as soon as I walked in, sat down, it's alright, mate, I'm wearing fucking trackies and all that, but they know who I'm on. It's kind of nice. You went in through the band, usual table, buying curtains and that, and they bring out goat's cheese melted into like Napoli sauce with mad hot sourdough bread, mate, to like dip into it. It was like
just
the best. Just fun compliments for the chef.
Just like, thanks for coming.
Aye.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you. Coming.
Thanks for coming, right? My Jacob at the table was like, the chef brought it out. Thanks for coming, right?
Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for coming.
How crazy would that be? Imagine it.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Imagine the actual chef came out and he's like, who the fuck's that guy? And it was like a guy just wears the old chef that used to walk in.
But you just see a big butterfly net going out. I'm just pulling him out.
Like he's raging because it gets sacked and he's like bringing in his own dishes and slitting them and putting like a business card on it like, hey, man, ain't any homers or that? Just phone man. Troops, our friends at Beer 52 are here to save the day for Christmas. I mean, they're giving away 8 free beers, which is ludicrous. And that's a perfect time to get this offer, guys, because Christmas is coming up, Jamie.
Christmas is coming, mate. It's a time for
giving.
It's a time for sinning.
And look, Troops, say you're struggling for a wee present this year, you know, you've not got a lot of money, energy bills are up, the world's gone mad. But say you're wee daft, say you're like, oh, I'm going to get my aftershave and a bant up, mate.
No, my wee daft da.
I'm a wee stupid idiot of a da.
Aye, fucking dumb da.
See if he needs a wee stocking filler.
Why not try some?
Why not fill the stocking with these? Now, we have two of our favourites here. Jamie, can you tell me about your favourite from this month's package we got from Beer 52?
Yeah, so I've got a Bald Birds Brewing Company Dig It Cream Ale.
Oh baby!
And as you can see for the can here, it's some lovely artwork, and I'll tell you, the beer's twice as good as that. It was very refreshing. It was a lovely, tasty drink.
Oh, beautiful, mate.
Tell me about yours.
As you can see on screen now, guys, I've got the watermelon ale here on the Jamie boy. I felt like I was in the Bahamas when I was drinking this. I felt like I was watching the waves crash. In the Bahamas, it was about 32 degrees, but it was all right because there was a lovely cold breeze in there, Jamie. And that's what I felt like drinking this Evil Genius watermelon ale. Now, look, it says on the back, it's like eating a watermelon without all the slicing.
It's poetry.
And that is like what I want to go, like how I want to die eating a watermelon.
But
Without all the slicing, that's how I want to go out, and now that's how I want to leave this earth. I mean, troops, I've even got snacks for you. Chili and garlic pita chips, cheeky peas, bacon, chickpeas. These would be lovely with a wee beer. Jamie, what the hell are you reading there?
Oh, sorry, Evan. I'm reading the story of craft beer, how it's made and how to drink it.
Where the hell did you end up getting that for?
The good fellas at Beer 52 sent it to us.
Oh, that's fucking amazing.
As they'll do with every customer who gets their free case of 8 beers for the price of delivery charge.
Delivery charge, it's not much. Get involved, troops. The code's on screen. It's in the description for audio listeners. It's www.beer52.com/Reilly and go get those free beers. Troops, everyone's getting fat and it's disgusting, let's be honest. This is an easy time of year to get fat. You are lots of chocolate, Joe, lots of chocolate, lots of calories, lots of Yorkshire puddings, lots of gravy, yeah. It's very easy to slip into wee bad eating habits. So I'm going to take care of that for you because we've partnered with Molly's Meal Prep. Molly's Meal Prep are providing meals of a high calibre. I'm just trying to remember what I had that week, Joseph. I think I had a chili prawn linguine. Ooh. Fantastic, mate. I had a wee beef. Today I actually had a wee beef madras. Madras, yes. It's a curry, brother. It's a curry. It's very lovely, luxurious curry. And the beef, it almost just separated instantly as soon as I put the fork in it, Joseph. I had the roast chicken with veg and potatoes. So these are all healthy meals, guys. Sticky barbecue thighs as well. So the flavour is incredible. It holds up. It tastes good all week. Keep them in the fridge. Take one for your lunch every day. And it's a minimum of 5 meals to order. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So keep in shape over the festive period. This is the time you need to eat well for that summer bod, guys. So get in touch with Molly. You'll get her Instagram at Molly's Meal Prep. And to order, you just send her a wee message on Instagram. We'll put the menu on the screen just now, just so you can have a wee look at it. It's a minimum of 5 meals. And if you order these meals through Molly, when you're messaging her on Instagram, just say, look, I seen you on Reilly's Gaff. And she's going to throw in 2 free of the breakfast items. So I had the protein pancakes the other day, which were... scrumptiddly-umptious, I believe they say, back in the old English days. So yeah, get in touch with Molly, mention Reilly's Gaff, stay in shape this bloody winter. It's getting cold out there, guys. Cheers.
Mate, I seen something the other day and it was like on Twitter, it was like a mad American lassie, like, you'll be growing cheese where? Where hunters are like mad weird faces and that. And then, mate, I'll see like on all the comments, it was like hundreds of people like Americans pure laughing at the words knob cheese. And I was like, that is a pure Scottish thing, innit? Aye. The word knob cheese.
Mate, no, it's a mad thing. No, it's right. This sounds daft new coming to think it, but I lived a lot of my life no knowing this. Like, see how people say, you're Oakster? That's not a thing, mate. That is just something we made up. Mate. That's not a real term.
Do you know what I said in uni, talking about a fucking type of joint? an Oakster joint, an OK joint, mate, just because it was that angle.
An OK joint.
The guy was like, "Hey, do you know what this is?" And it was something to do with structural engineering or something. And I was like, "Aye, it's an OK joint. I know that for the sites and that." And I was like, "What the fuck you talk about?" And told me the mad scientific name, but I didn't even think. No,
see, when I was a wee guy, like, I'd say armpit in my mod, but it's Oxton or that, as if it's like the more proper thing to say or something.
Really?
I thought it was like the real thing you meant to say.
Aye, I thought
Like,
I thought it was like like an actual term, like a real, like if you went to like a physio and you'd like pull your Oakster or something.
Mate, do you know what? I can't. I've got a pult Oakster. Mate, do you know what?
Mate, imagine you text your boss tomorrow like that. I won't be in the morning. You're like, wow, you're like, I pulled my Oakster. I was at the gym and I sprayed my Oakster.
I knew I shouldn't have been doing 40s.
Don't come back, mate. I've got.
It's bruised. I put your over about a week. Like, oh, mate. I always think like, see, the complete opposite of the Oakster thing. I can't believe the word testes is like scientific. Like that's how word doctors say, like,
It's
oh,
like
the
something-
testes have
Something
descended.
something your granny would say.
No, wee guys, I think like, oh,
your testes.
no, I think about it like a mad wee guy kicked me right in the testes or something like that. Because it just sounds like a jokey way to say testicles, but doctors say it.
Mate, somebody's definitely been sent out of class or saying that, bro.
Exactly, for foul language.
Aye, for vulgarity. Mate, I love when Lee Sutherland, I love when he says tyranny, bro. I love that. The highest level of tyranny. I love the guy, mate.
It's a pure like good word for him to say. It suits his voice.
Aye, it does. It's very, because it's like he's got a very Scottish accent, so it's like tyranny. It's like sounds like a mad, like you're watching a mad movie and a Scottish guy's giving it, and it's like.
I was on site with a guy. I was on site the other day, right? And one of the guys that like owned the company that I was working for came in, and he was I don't know where he was from, but he had the best Scottish accent ever. It was like pure like James McAvoy or something. Now that way, and he was like, I don't know if you just want to do that over there or not. I was pure like, where's this cunt from, man? I wish I spoke like that. No, I mean, like that's see how when you seen like that TikTok it was going about, and it was like the Scottish accents, the most attractive, and it was a mad Australian podcast did a poll on it, and then that's what cunts think of. They would think a mad voice like that, like, oh, have you got a little can of iron brew there? No, but we pure talk that we talk at fannies, don't we? Let's be honest with ourselves here.
Aye, mate. I think that. I don't believe that thing about the Scottish accent, mate. Like, I would they say so?
Did you see somebody like quote tweeted it with and then you'll be sitting there with your breasts.
Mate, isn't it funny? Like, this is what's so funny about human beings. Like, see, like, we're from this mad place called Glasgow, right? Mm-hmm. Or like even like Scotland, say, right? So we're in this mad bit of land that somebody's named and said, like, this, from this point to this point, this is fucking this country, right? Somebody at one point had to like come up with that, like, no, we'll cut it there and this is yours, right? Bit, yeah. And then we're just own that like thousands of fucking years later, and like we're at a mad level of consciousness where like somebody's like that, the way that they talk, like the way that people for their talk is like attractive, and we're up here, like everybody who's seen that's for here was like yes, like a wee bit in their head, like pure fucking yes, like a wee bit, like why it doesn't even like.
I watched it and I was like, that's happy a lot of shite.
Aye, you're like, but good to hear, obviously, know what I mean?
Obviously, I thought that I mean, but see,
so it made my day, mate, know what I mean? Like, I'm all sitting here and pure lighting, mate, when I read it, made my day.
Made my day.
Made my month, mate. I've had a pure shit month. And that made it better.
That's actually made my life, mate.
Mate, that's actually the best thing that's ever happened to me my whole life, man.
Oh, that's made me sad.
Imagine that was the best thing that happened in your life, that like watching that video.
Aye, just hearing somebody likes your accent.
Aye, but sorry, Jamie, I've got a wee news story here. Now, this is something I seen a wee while ago. So, I seen this on Twitter, mate. A congressional candidate, Mike Itkes, just announced his political race by releasing a full-blown sex tape with porn star Nicole Sage. So, mate, this guy announced that he's going to be running for like Congress, aye. And the way he thought, the best way that I can announce this and tell everybody that this is happening, I'm going to release a sex tape and post it out there, which like is like, I'm fucking starting this shit. I don't know if we can watch the sex tape. Hold on, I'll try and go into it.
So, what do you think his goal was there? Was it eye cat? It's a publicity thing, innit?
Aye, so
it's a PR stunt.
Aye, so it says Itkiss is locked in battle with the long-time incumbent Republicans Jerry Nadler.
Jerry Nadler.
That sounds like Cockney slang for like your balls or something. There, man. Jerry Nadler's, man.
Oh, Jerry Nadler's a bit hurt me.
Fucking get me right into Jerry Nadler's.
It's better than testes.
And obviously to sort your Jerry Nadlers out, you can get MANSCAPED. But aye, so it says the challenger, so this is this guy, is running on a sex positive platform. So to prove he's not all talk, he posted a 30-minute video of him doing the deed with porn star Nicole Sage. He posted the vid titled Bucket List Bonanza on a popular porn site. As for his bona fides, Itkiss is talking about legalising sex work, so that's how he rolls. So he made a sex tape to like, so obviously I'm at PR
He's
stuff.
putting himself out there, he's like, I'm releasing this, know what I mean? Like, it's purely what else can, it's like that mad note, it's given the final battle in 8 Mile. Now he says all the shit about himself, and daps a mic and all that.
Aye, he's like, look at me, right?
Aye.
I'm
shagging this mad bird.
That was a vital lesson I learned when I was a young man watching that you know, if you slag yourself first, no one else can slag you.
Exactly. You've been going your full life.
It's like that. if you fart in public, just say, "Oh, that was a stinker" or something. You know what I mean? And then no one can slag you for it.
No one can.
But that is wild, mate. Imagine thinking that was a good idea. I don't think that's going to pay off well for the man, but I hope he gets it.
It's like the two most opposite jobs, innit? Like he's trying to be a politician while like trying to be a porn star at the same time. It's like hedging his bets, I think. Know what I mean? I bet he's mate. What if it was like? Because that's the kind of thing that would usually get pure leaked. Know what I mean? Like, see if I was like a politician. Imagine like Matt Hancock had a sex tape, mate. I'd actually be all over Twitter and all that, wouldn't it? Aye, mate. Get hacked and leaked and all that.
Mate,
so
defo. Mate, what's the mate? Hulk Hogan's, mate. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't know about this?
No.
You never heard about Hulk Hogan's sex tape?
No.
Mate, like Hulk Hogan had a mad sex tape released, but it wasn't by him. It was like he had a mad pal called Bubba the Love Sponge, right? Who was like a mad radio presenter in America, a mad nutter guy, like just a pure one of the pure crazy characters. Obviously, listen to his name, not I mean, Bubba the Love Sponge. But he had like a show and he was best pals with Hulk Hogan, and like he used to like. But it was weird because Hulk Hogan got a set like the sex tape got released and it's him shagging that guy's wife. So I don't know like if it was like consensual or but
or if he like what if the pal was like wanting to video it? Well, he's just a mad creep like that.
Mate, I think that's what like I can't remember, but I think that's what it was like. Maybe you could search that, see what happened. Mate, it fucked everything for him. But mate, it was mad because there's a Netflix documentary about it, right? And it says that basically like it was this. Like, I don't know if it was this website called Gawker, right? Mm-hmm. Who you know about this? So it was like Gawker got a hold of this like through like journalists passing it about and that. Gawker was this mad website that was like journalism that was like basically the truth they knew about celebrities, but like now like the actual press would be like, and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie dab their third kid. It's all like mad sort of no positive spins on celebrities, but like no
just
the
like
pure
mad,
no pure Brad Pitt's been caught taking gear or something. But that's what Gawker was like shit that they would find out that was pure like real, like and like shocking. They would just post it. And
versus Gawker,
Wikipedia. It's a good documentary. So it was like basically one of their journalists got a hold of that and posted it. It was Hulk Hogan shagging that guy's wife.
Aye.
But it was as if like he'd set up a camera. Like I don't know if they all were in on it, like they all planned it. I was not going to film, or
he was trying to catch it. Or something.
I don't know. I can't remember what happened.
Mate, do you think like that? See that like cunts that like watching their birds shagging other people. Do you think that's like the worst thing you can be? Aye.
If you like, say I met you right and you were like that, bro, I'm heavy on his feet, bro. I'd be like, all right, man. Like if that's a thing you like looking at, fair dues. Do you know what I mean? Like, all right. But if you were like, bro, like, no, I'm not actually into it. Say like, my bird, right?
You're like,
I'm like, so and you're like, like, just getting mad at all guys to shag on that.
And watching that, sat in the
Because
corner.
it's what, like, mate, that is something like, imagine you were like, you met a guy in work, right, brand new and that, you went out for a drink, and you're like, this guy's so sound, like, I'm actually going to be pals with this guy, you know, and he was drinking, and you said, well, like, getting a bit drunk and that, and he's like, yeah, that's you something I think I should tell you, just see what you're saying, that, and he was like, see, like, I'll be honest, mate, like, I fucking, like, my bird, like, get that guy to shag on that and I watch it. Like, you would say it pure fast, wouldn't you? You'd be like that. And I just like, get my guy to shag my bird and watch it, mate. But it's like no weird, but in a weird way. You're like,
Aye, it's the pure best thing ever for that cunt. Imagine, like, he said that to somebody and all that, mate. Aye.
Oh.
And he's bet somebody else is into it.
They two would end up murdering people, mate. That is a crazy connection. Like,
Skip him down the road.
You've got the cup tat. Imagine it was like a mad like hang on your wrist.
The touch wrists.
Aye, like, connection. Aye, but this case was crazy, right? So he took them to court over this, like, for releasing it. He was going to sue them and that. So they had to go to court. And what happened was he basically was in like getting what would you say, like, no, you wouldn't say that. He was like in the dock getting like questions asked of him of the lawyer and that, right? Like Hulk Hogan. So he was saying, like, basically they were trying to bring up that he would go on shows and talk about basically saying that he would like sexualise himself. I've got a fucking big cock and all, like, say things in mad interviews, right? But he was basically saying that, like, I was saying that as Hulk Hogan. They're like asking him, like, now you can't obviously lie, like, can he say, like, no, like, with your actual in court, right?
I get you.
Aye, but like you're
holding a Bible and
all that shit. So when he was asking him, like, did you say this? Did you say that? It was all shit he had said, but he was like, but I was saying it as Hulk Hogan the character, right? And they're like,
and it's out of context.
But they're saying, like, you can't, like, that's a mad blurry, like a sort of grey line. They say, it's like saying, it's the exact same thing. It's like I didn't do that. It was the character doing that, and you're like, so are you still like legally liable for that character, or is it like that?
Mate,
but you can get away with
that.
that.
Had like a mad character, like, imagine you had a mad character and he was called like Mr. Tickles or something, right? Your character's Mr. Tickles.
What is he, a paedophile, mate? What the fuck?
He gets caught doing heinous acts, mate. It's like, that was Mr. Tickles, mate, wasn't it, me? How
That
scary
sounds
would that
so
be, bro?
creepy,
How
mate.
creepy
Imagine you're a wee guy like, don't you gonna walk home, like, see you later, mate? No, don't go through that forest, bro. Mr. Tickles in there.
And then you go through the forest and then it's the same guy, mate.
Tickled to death, mate, after Mr. Tickles.
Because it's the guy that warns you about Mr. Tickles.
Aye. He's like, he was Mr. Tickles all along, man. Aye, man. Oh, that's some great part that was been had there on the podcast, but we've got something more important, and it's hairy balls. Now, look, guys, unless you've got alopecia down there, which I don't even know if that's possible, we need to take care of downstairs. It's really, it can get out of hand down there, guys. I know you have seen it firsthand. You're thinking, whoa, it's getting like an overgrown garden down there. And there's only one tool for the job, and that is the Lawnmower 4.0, guys. Now, Manscaped, they've not just got the Lawnmower 4.0, they've also got the Performance Pack, which includes everything. It's got the Lawnmower 4.0, which is for your balls.
And body.
And body, if you want to use it for that. And it's waterproof. It's got a wee light on it. We charging port on that. It's a fine bit of kit. They've also got the Weed Whacker, which is for your nose and ears, which, guys, let's be honest, we can abandon, and just sometimes we think we don't need to bother. No, you do need to bother, right? You've not been hearing right for about since you had puberty, probably. You've not been hearing right. So get the Weed Whacker in your ears, and after you've shaved those balls, obviously, I mean, Manscaped has got skin safe technology, so obviously it's not going to be all rashy and that's not going to get like that, but just to make sure, get that ball deodorant on it, baby. And then just to top it off, if you think you're going to get lucky that night, guys, get a bit of the ball toner on it. And honestly, your partner will be thanking you. So, troops, to take care of your downstairs, go over to manscaped.com, and when you're ordering, use the code Reilly's Gaff, REILLYSGAFF, and you're going to get 20% off your order and free worldwide shipping. Go take care of your jingle balls.
In other news, Alaska snow crab season cancelled as officials investigate disappearance of an estimated 1 billion crabs. So
That's a lot of crabs.
That is a lot of crabs.
it's a major blow to America's seafood industry.
I can imagine.
$1 billion.
1 billion crabs. I wouldn't even know it today with like 40 crabs. Do you know how to... What is it? So will this be for like food? Will this be for crab sticks and that? Like they're not just... But see if you read on a bit, I bet it's like they've been stolen for lorries or something, like mad frozen ones.
No.
I bet it's
No,
not
'cause
fresh
it's-
crabs out the grun.
Where is it?
People are asking if they went north to get colder water or something.
Aye. So where is this?
It's in Alaska.
So if people are asking that, it must be just mad fresh. But how can
Surely
it be,
no,
you can't
wait,
steal crabs
wait,
if
no,
they're just
no,
in the
no, mate,
ocean?
nobody stole them, bro. Right? There's how can you steal 1 billion crabs,
That's
mate?
what I was thinking.
What sort of actual think about that? Think about 1 million crabs, mate.
That's I was thinking about 40
Think about
crabs
1 million.
being too much.
Aye, 40. Imagine 40 crabs come in here. What would we even do?
Yeah, I would just stand on the couch with a fucking blade, man. Just
So the
stabbing at them.
fishermen are saying, what can we do? And they said, all you can do is hope and pray. I guess that's
So
the
it
best
is
way to
just
do it.
so crabs are just
Jack,
fucking
they're
off.
putting posters up and that. Missing. It's like
Aye,
a
must
picture of a
be.
crab.
1 billion
Picture of-
crabs.
Aye, what times 1 billion?
This guy and 900,999.9 of his pals.
This is Ian. Him and
And plus 900.
other crabs are missing. He's a shit. Phone this number.
So what do you think they're up to?
There's something though. That can't be good, mate.
I've always wondered something.
A magician made them disappear. Imagine that's what it was.
It's a trick on the beach.
Aye.
Mate, I've always wondered what's so, like, now every cunt. See, when you think about, like, a bucket list, I bet on every, like, 90% of the world on the bucket list would be swimming with dolphins, wouldn't it?
No, 90%. That's a high number. To just
Every time you hear about a bucket list, it's skydiving, swim with dolphins, blah, 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 blah. Always that, mate.
I think swimming with dolphins is like
Pure shit.
no, it's a mad like it's one of the things where we've grown up, right, and that people that I can't believe it's one of the best things I've done that, and you're like, so you grow up thinking like that's something like if I get a chance I'll do it, and that.
Aye,
But
aye,
really, like, why?
But, like,
why do you
know
want
what
to
I
do
mean?
it?
Like, see,
I'd rather
see if
fly with seagulls or something.
Oh,
fly with seagulls.
Fly
would
with
be-
the gulls?
That's like mate with
Fish
drill
or
music on. But-
girls
We
definitely
need,
listen
we
to
need to settle it now, fish or birds.
what just like
What one?
what
Fish
do
or-
we want to survive?
Oh, I want birds. I love birds. I'm sorry.
Wait, what's going to happen to the other one?
They're
like-
dead.
They're extinct,
Aye. Fuck
Meteors
fish,
coming.
man. Actual fuck fish
bro.
so much.
There's no. Oh, Jamie,
You know what? A piece of chicken?
no.
Piece of shouting it. Who are you shouting at, honestly?
No, mate, I don't. Bro, if I had never had another, if you woke me up tomorrow and said you can never have another bit of seafood in your life again, mate,
Fuck off.
take me, mate, take me, send me to the gulls.
Really? See, mate, I despise, you see, bro. Like, see, talk about, like, fears and that. Like, see, be fair, when we were in Mexico, I was going in, but it was like, up to there, know what I mean? But see, like, getting out in the deep, deep water, can I go it, mate? See,
What is it- what
see
is
if
it
I
that-
see a fish, mate, fish actually scare fuck out
So,
me.
wait, I think
do.
like what birds are like with me is like what you're like
Aye,
with fish.
maybe, mate, fish have cold dead eyes. They just dart about swimming
But
like that,
fish, mate, this is a thing, and I'm sorry to the fish community if they're listening to this, but I sort of feel like fish actually want us to eat them, mate, in a way.
Do you think so?
Aye, I think,
you can't
like-
blame the victim, mate.
I think they're like, do you know that way? Like, I think like mammals would get, they're like, oh, like if you like shot something, or like, they'd be like, oh,
Like
but
a
fish
giraffe or something?
Fish just go.
No.
This is what we're here for.
Because
sort of
I know it's a mammal, right? But the moneyest thing in the world is a whale, bro. See if you shoot a whale, it goes oh for the ages,
Mate, if you-
for the ages.
thing. If yous ever ate whale,
I've ate whale blubber
foam, bro, on top of lobster and shit.
Tango foam.
Where the fuck have you been, mate?
I know, mate. I've been all around the world.
Talk, mate. Where were you getting this?
Greece, bro.
Aye.
In Greece, mate. And
I
it was
bet you
like
were, mate.
whale blubber foam or something.
Covered in
I'm
grease,
sure
mate.
But I've never ate whale meat. I can imagine it's quite tough.
Mate, I was in Reykjavik,
Oh,
right?
Fucking love you. How cultured you are, bro.
It's actually a joke, innit?
Is it?
I was in Reykjavik, that's how they pronounce it, in Iceland, not the supermarket. And keeping like, I know you're probably listening and going, "Oh, you're in the super?" No, I was in
Iceland yesterday.
I was in the.
No, you weren't.
No, we're talking about two different things. Mate, I remember I was there and I went to this we went to this lunch place, right? Reykjavik's mad. You can walk from like one end to the other. It's like it's like a different thing, but I think there's only like 300,000 people in the whole of Iceland.
Aye, there is.
And, like,
I remember that for the World Cup.
290,000 of them stay in Reykjavik. You know what I mean? Like, but I was there and like we were at this lunch place and I like trying mad stuff. Like if I see something, I'm like, off. Like I'll just try. I am very like that. Erin is the opposite. She'll be like, just play it safe. Just like, I know I'll like that. Get that. No, I'm like, I'm chasing that thrill, bro. I'm constantly chasing the dragon.
And you're okay with the, because because I used to be very like, anything that's new, I'll try that. And all that, like frog legs. And all that. I was in. Guess what I was for that?
Springburn.
Aye.
A wee guy with sailors.
Like, so I used to be like that, but then now, like recently, I've been quite like, I don't want to put my chances of having a good dinner on the line. It's not worth it for me
That's
anymore.
a mad old guy thing, bro.
I think it is, because if I see like a chicken palm and then I see like, as I said, like chicken guts that have been sauteed with something and it's all on, it's the new thing that I'm like, there's a 50-50 chance I'm like, yeah, I love this.
You've obviously
Go with the guts.
You've been scarred.
Go with your guts, mate. Aye.
You're talking from a position of trauma there, Jamie. You've been scarred by something.
Mate, no, I've been scarred with ratatouille, bro. Don't eat that. Shite,
why
bro.
would eat that? It's got rats in it, mate.
Mate, it's so bad. I know why I get scammed, because of the film, mate, because they make it look so delightful in that film.
It's because it takes you back to your childhood, man.
Aye, maybe. That film is brilliant, mate. Fireworks going off in the weekend, and all that when he eats ratatouille.
But mate, I was shocked by this.
Sorry.
Obviously, we see the menu and we're looking at it and like, I'm like, it was like sliced whale served with foraged veg, like something
mangoes
on a Himalayan salt block, right? So it wasn't even a plate, mate. They just brought this pink salt block out.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Put it down in front of me, and it was mate, the cuts. It was like raw whale, bro. Raw whale, no cooked one bit.
That's insane.
Cut like sliced like that, mate. There was like blood on it. I remember I ate it, mate. And honestly, do you know? I'm no kidding on. I've never had this experience in my life before. I felt like I was eating a human, mate.
Oh, class.
The meat was like, I was like, this is defo what a human would be like eating, and it fucked me up,
I
mate.
want to try that.
Was it pure spongy or something?
Mate,
I imagine it being
it was a texture where you're like, oh, I shouldn't be eating this.
Mate, I've had, do you know what I've had on the same holiday? No, it wasn't, it was in Portugal. I had tuna steak, not that exotic, but it was raw as well. And I imagine it was a mad... It was like,
that sounds wild.
Tuna. Have you never had a tuna steak? No. Tuna steak, like cooked, is banging. It's like a pork chop or something. Right. It's fucking a big pork chop. Tunas are big guys, know what I mean? Fucking smash anyone who has a tuna.
Talking about tins that size, man.
But that's been like broiled or something. I always say by the weird like
broiled. Mate, you say mad words, right, that are like, you throw it there and be like, they probably don't even know what that means, so it'll only sound good. That is close enough.
See if like somebody that actually reads books and that listen to me talking, they would be like, "Cunt's a fucking idiot."
No, but I think you would sound. They'd be like, I think even they would be like, is there another meaning for broils? Like, they'd be like, if you're second guessing themselves, I need to check that.
But so I had that tuna steak, mate, and that was like, that was raw. It was like a mad Japanese place, like they pure love that, like pure raw fucking fish, know what I mean?
Raw corned beef.
Raw corned beef, mate. You don't want to mess with that shit, mate.
Mate,
don't take a piss with him, mate. See that? Do you know that? See that TikTok I put up, and it's you saying, "No, had my own chopped pork, bro."
Aye.
Ben, I turned the camera into Ben, and Ben's like, "Listen, you had to pork. Don't take a piss with him, mate." Don't take a piss with him, mate. It's so funny the way he says it. He's like, "Don't take a piss with him."
There's something just so like, I just love the humbleness of a road chop. Like, there's no, like, is it corned beef or pork chop?
It's pork chop, I think, aye.
Mate, that's the thing they do, mate. Like, it's just a...
Mate,
you will never hear... I'm going to guess, right? Maybe England, I don't know. No, probably England, but like, I just think it's such a Scottish thing, but it's not a Scottish thing the way like Iron Brew, like tartan, like tablet, Scottish tablet.
Fanny,
It's not like
I'm a fanny.
it's not like in your face Scottish,
Aye.
but it's like fun. It's like very like
And
I
it's
don't
not-
chop,
it's-
I don't corn beef.
It's not
like,
like classic as shortbread either.
Aye,
It's an American and New
shortbread
York
can
thing,
get
innit?
lost, mate.
Mate, I actually really enjoy our own chopped pork and our own
I was going to say a rolled shortbread.
our own shortbread, mate.
Mate, that would be
get a
wild.
bash. Get a bash.
Three Morton's roll and three
Steady links. For shortbread.
three blocks of shortbread.
Cut in half at links.
Do you know what?
I didn't know.
Do you know how we always talk about like Chinese takeaways having like taking the piss out of like
Jamie, no one of your racist rants again.
They put like chicken curry and a fucking chicken bun on it. No, I'm talking about
aye.
and the munchie boxes and that. The Indian cuisines need to have we need to look at them a bit, mate.
How?
They put like chicken chasney on pizzas and that now.
Aye.
It's mad.
Mate, have you never had it?
I've had it and it's unreal, but it's mental.
It's
I had
pretty-
South Indian garlic lamb on a pizza, mate.
Aye, mate, for Mr. Chef.
No.
Mr. Chef award-winning pizza, that. But
You always the place in Canby.
no, it's in Oddie.
As I know, sorry.
Original Mr.
Yeah,
Chef,
I've
mate.
spoken about. Oh, I've
Mate,
had something
it
there
actually
before.
says like pure under it award-winning pizza. I actually say.
No, mate, just feel like round the corner for me. Like every see Cha
Aye,
Cha
neighbour.
G's in Auchinlearn.
Aye.
They have always done like mad shit, but I was in the other day and a guy was like, I've got like we've got a new thing. It's like garlic bread,
Corned beef pizza.
It's garlic bread, but then it's got like spicy chicken, whatever, like all this mad shit, and they're trying to step up their mad game,
Aye.
like chips, cheese, and chicken chasney. I think that's like a bit mental.
It sounds like a mad song. Something.
Is that it? A Shakira tune? FIFA 23, innit?
Oh, look, but actually we're here in the Patreon.
Do you want to do the questions in the laptop?
Aye, get them up on the laptop.
You want to read them? Right, so the Patreon, as you know, for these episodes when it's just us three kicking about here, you kind of control the episode a bit. I would say half of the episode, and you get your stuff out, you get your questions answered, you get to send us videos. So, but speaking of Patreon, we might as well inform the guests of the Gaff, shall we say, the YouTube audience and Spotify, actually, Apple Music, if you listen to the podcast. There'll be one more podcast after this one, and then we are on holiday till next year.
Yes, that's it.
So there will not be another Reilly's Gaff until next year after next week's podcast.
Aye, so the gaff doors are closed to the YouTube audience, but if you go to patreon.com/Reilly's Gaff, we're going to be actually doing so much, like probably the same amount as we've been doing, maybe more, Christmas and that, but just focusing on that.
Aye.
The time being.
Because it's a hard schedule for us little boys.
Mate. We are but three humble shopkeepers, as I always say.
Aye, shoemakers. Three
That's it.
shoemakers. Three humble shoemakers. But aye, I think we need to recharge the batteries, get ready for next year. We've got big plans, and we want to get a bunch of stuff out for the people on Patreon that are kind enough to donate to our cause.
Aye.
Would you say?
Just to say thanks, innit? Like, because we've been on Patreon for like 6 months now or
Something
something,
like that.
and it's coming to the end of the first year that we've been on it, so it's that kind of
A wee thank you at the end of the year,
Yous are
a Christmas bonus.
Aye, that's it.
So again, on YouTube, there won't be another podcast uploaded until 2023. So after next week's, there won't be any more. But if you want to get involved, the Patreon we'll have a deep fried on there. We'll have bonus stuff, behind the scenes
Reaction
stuff.
videos.
We're going to try. Patreon's going to be a place to like try out new stuff.
Aye.
Like, because that's like the people who are willing to help us and like support us and that. So
guide us.
we need to give them, because it's mad to us that people would even give us money to like give them extra
Blows my
podcasts.
mind,
Like,
mate.
it's mental, man. So we need to say thanks to those people, and it's a place for us that we can maybe try a wee vlog, a wee different type of video and that. So if you watch the podcasts and you're like, oh, that'd be cool to see them like just doing other stuff that's no the podcast, or like that's where it's going to be probably.
And also we're always posting on it. If you've got any like suggestions for anything, like
Aye.
so see if you watch it and you're like, no, I'd like that short of like wee videos like this or that. If you subscribe, you can just like talk to us and fucking like we can actually hear what you've got to say. Because obviously it's different when it's just like Insta DMs and that. It's more like personal. It's like a mad community.
We
on
can
that.
actually talk to people on that. It's
exactly.
like, because if we replied to every Insta DM, it would
Dead up in jail.
we actually would, I think.
End up in the tin pail, brother.
But troops, we better go on to the Patreon's request. As I say, if you join the Patreon, you can send in things for us to watch, react to, and we do every single one of them.
Yep,
as long as it takes. Some nights we leave here pretty late.
4 hours later.
So we better get on with them.
So the first question is for George Frame, and he's wanting you to rank Scottish cities for healthiest to know that healthy.
What? Right. So what? How many cities are there? There's only like
7 or
six.
something?
Size 6. Can you get the cities up?
I'll get them.
Right.
Edinburgh, Glasgow, Inverness, Aberdeen, Perth.
Cambuslang,
No, that's not even like a town, mate.
Shantytown,
Mate, that's a trailer park.
the Favelas, bro.
Glasgow, Edinburgh, Inverness, Aberdeen, Dundee, Perth,
One just got made a city. I think Stirling just got made a city.
City of Stirling. I can imagine that.
Dunfermline.
Mate, how funny is this? There was a mad, like, I don't even know if I could even do it justice, but see when that just got made a city, there was a mad meme, and it was like a mad Simpsons meme, and it was like, I'll be dead and buried before I recognise, and it was like crossed out Dunfermline as a city. It's like the mad grandpa like that. But aye, so
hit us with them. Gears. Why don't we? You fire one is, and we'll discuss it, and then we can get like. We'll just do the normal tier that we do for the disses, right?
Healthiest.
So, Joe, hit us with the first city on your list there.
So I'll start off with the smallest ones, and can I get bigger?
Alright, okay.
So
I like that.
first one being Dunfermline.
Dunfermline,
send it down.
send it.
Send it down, mate.
What can you say about Dunfermline, but?
Not a lot, bro. Not a lot at all. Is Fife? Is Fife Dunfermline?
Fife is Dunfermline.
See, I just don't think as a city, mate, a place like
It was once the
whatever.
capital of Scotland.
What,
I don't
Dunfermline?
Yeah,
Don't
before
believe that for a
Edinburgh.
minute.
was.
Anyway, I
Long
don't believe
before
that.
What website is this on? Dunfermline.com?
It's Scotland.org.
Oh, right, okay, mate. Neutral.
I don't know.
Right,
As a fan of all
Nice
them.
skin in the game, eh?
It's City's 12th century abbey is the final resting place of legendary Scottish figure Robert the Bruce, as well as the burial site is of another 11 Scottish monarchs. So it's old
Mate,
Scottish.
they've got it's old Scottish, but so it's how much do you care about history? Not at all.
Not one bit. History, mate?
The history it's in the past, bro.
The past, bro. Do you not listen to maybe some book about Buddhism and know that you're always in the present?
Being in the present, the past is not time is not linear and things.
But mate, on a serious note, pretty impressive actually for
I
Dunfermline.
think so.
The thing is, what are we drawing this for? Are we like, because I think I went to Dunfermline once, like for an away
Mate,
game.
I work in Dunfermline quite a lot, like.
Oh right.
And it's
You want to drop some stuff about Dunfermline then? I bet they have like.
no, they've got good.
Do they have Arnold Clark's in it?
Aye,
that's
bits and bobs like that. Like, aye, they do.
Do they have shops in that?
Mate, no, they've got good like bakeries. See, like mad wee home bakeries. See, like Baines. You ever been to Baines, bro?
And Toll Cross?
Baines is unreal.
Oh,
mate.
bro,
They are
lentil
everywhere.
soup. That. Oh, right.
Every street. And
Yeah, I like it. Mate.
I don't mind that Baines, bro.
But what? The actual beans are everywhere, or wee things like that.
Like both, mate. I think they've just got hundreds of bakers or something. But
The Bakers City?
But I don't know if this is just because the only time I go, it's like I'm working and I'm like going to bakers for like pies and that in my lunch. You know what I mean?
So I think you should get, because I can't eat people for 5. Honestly, maybe scare me a wee bit.
Do they? How's that? I don't care what you're talking about. It's all right, innit?
It's all a bit scary for me. So on the basis that it's very scary for me to meet somebody for 5, I need to respect that. And aye, because like if you can punk me out,
Aye. Then that's a top dog for you, mate.
I'm not a guy that's going to hold a grudge at it, I'll say. So I need to give them like sort of street cred.
So do you want to go with unhealthy or one above that? Not.
Are we both rating it? Are we both giving it a rating?
No, we need to agree. I think we end it. I'm saying unhealthy.
This is how democracy started, bro. I'm saying no, that healthy. Because, right, the fact that I've never had to even go there for anything, that's a big.
Exactly, mate.
So, no offence to the people of Dunfermline, but
I was
you work there, bro.
No,
you
but
just said
the
that.
only reason I was there, I was working on a a site that was going to turn into a chicken farm, bro. That tells you what's going on there. Know what I mean?
Get them out.
Aye, and unhealthy, bro.
Unhealthy.
Come on.
Right.
Sorry to all the.
I'm sorry, trips. That love you.
We do congratulate you on just becoming a city though. That's a big move. You
Aye.
got a lot of great Scots. Robert the Bruce is buried there. Is that what that said?
That's a draw. That is a big pull having Robert the Bruce
Maybe
there.
you still want to keep them in unhealthy. That's a big.
Mate,
I keep them.
I'm keeping them there.
All right, fair dues. Right, next one, Joe.
Next one is Stirling, which has less people than Dunfermline. It's only got 37,000
People?
people
37 people.
It's only got 30 concepts.
Dunfermline's got 54,000. They've got 37. So
That's like less than like Bathgate or
not a
something.
lot, man. But it's known as the
mate,
gateway to the Highlands.
I fucking actually love Stirling.
I'll
mate.
rate Stirling, mate.
Stirling's class,
I
bro.
rate Stirling.
See Stirling Castle, that's a pure class landmark, bro.
Just
When
in-
you drive by that, you're like,
Does Dunfermline have a castle?
maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm not too
I
sure.
don't think so,
I've
mate.
not paid attention. Well, they've got Robert the Bruce, that's their castle.
I thought you were going to say I'm no paying a tenner. Like, is it like I'm no going? I'm no paying a tenner to get it. But aye, so
Aye,
Stirling.
I like Stirling, bro. Stirling is like heading in towards exactly the Highlands, mate. I don't know, I just feel like I like it a lot,
I rate
mate.
Stirling.
And
Natural beauty.
what else does it go? Oh, the other day I was at a petrol station in Stirling and they said the woman that was working there, I wasn't even Stirling, it was Denny, which is like kind of close to Stirling. Woman said, oh, it was really busy here yesterday. Did you hear about the siege? And I was like, what? And they said there was a guy with a crossbow in the middle of Stirling and it was a mad siege on the embassy or something. I was like, what? So that shit happens in Stirling?
Pretty entertaining.
Exactly, mate.
Something to talk about.
There's like Trevor for the GTA kicking about, you know what I mean?
That is mental.
I know, it's mad. I think I should have said that was a wee while ago. I should
That's
have
probably
said
the
that in
coolest thing
podcast.
I've ever heard. So I think Stirling's up there. I think we're going to need to go with
Healthy. Aye, I'm happy with healthy. I like your place.
Healthy then. Right. The next one is Perth, but that was only a city in 2012.
Perth. I'm going to need to deduct points to Perth because Perth is one of the places you go. I was in Perth and you go, what, Australia or do you know what I mean?
Oh,
So if you're getting mixed up, that's very embarrassing. You can't stand in your own 2 feet,
Aye, especially when Australia's new.
and it's ages away, bro. And still, people are still saying that
so
to you.
far away.
Bet you,
It's so far
this
away,
is the
bro.
thing about Perth, right? Nobody in actual Perth, Australia, is saying, I was in Perth and that. And they're like, what, Scotland? So nobody's saying it, but
Not
a
nobody
lot
in the
of
world except.
none.
But, mate, I don't know. Perth's like a place I pass through.
Is Perth even a real place? Let's be honest. I've never seen it.
I see it in signs quite a lot, mate. I see it in signs when I'm going to Dundee, if I'm going to Aberdeen, you see it. You pass
Perth
it.
is like it sounds like honestly like a magician's cat or something name like that. Like, oh, Perth,
Aye, little Perth, aye.
I don't think it's an actual real place that people actually live in. That I think it's just Perth just reminds me of a lot of grass or something,
Aye.
and like
Is that a
like
nickname or
fields.
something?
Like
I can imagine like a swimming pool getting called Perth.
Perth
It's known as the
swimming
Fair
centre.
City. The Fair
Aye,
City.
the fair.
What is it like?
It's the city that on it. The nickname is
Like,
the Fair.
fair is in like oh well. There's your roll with back, pal.
It's like, I stole your phone.
Oh well, he was in front of you in the queue.
This is my justice.
Aye, there's just a lot of justice. What does the fair mean, man? Does it get a lot of
Is it no
fair?
fair trade?
Perth is also the only place in the world you'll find the Stone of Destiny, which is a
Bro,
big
hold
part
on.
of Perth.
The tide's just turned me.
Aye, the stone of destiny. mate.
Get that sales show.
This is that Tenacious D tune, man.
The Stone of Destiny.
That sounds like you talk about your favourite bud.
Aye, the Stone. That's Stone of Destiny, bro.
Let's see.
The stone of
It's-
destiny's getting that.
There's a
That's-
film called The Stone of Destiny. It's an ancient symbol of the monarchy of Scotland.
Oh, mate. No,
Must
I
have been
like shit
something
on
I
American
think you'd
Scots,
stand
that.
on it. I
Like
think
Scottish
the
monarch.
kings would be crowned on it. The king would stand on a Stone of Destiny and get crowned.
Ah, see, I would have preferred that if
pretty-
it was a wee tiny.
That is quite.
A pebble.
That is quite cool.
That is cool. I like that.
Let's put it in the same one as Dunfermline.
No,
Know that
we
healthy?
done film
Oh.
right down to the
So I
bottom.
think know that healthy. Like
Aye.
the only time I would be in Perth is
to see the stone of destiny.
aye.
And when you've stood on it once, you've
You've done it. Been there. You've
so know that healthy.
got the t-shirt at the gift shop. But all right, so that's gone in. Know that healthy. Right. What's the next one?
Next one is Inverness,
Like Inverness, mate.
capital of the Highlands.
Mate, if you've got a monster,
Aye, mate.
you're right up there.
If you've got Loch Ness, mate, that's me. That might be the most, you were saying earlier on, up classic Scottish things like, oh, I'm brew and that. Loch Ness must be the most famous thing about Scotland,
Like that big bitch Nessie.
Nessie, mate. Aye, she is a bitch, isn't she?
She is a bit of a bitch.
Mate, outside of obviously Nessie, I like the actual city and all.
I think I've ever been to
like,
Inverness.
it's kind of similar. It's no similar to Glasgow, but it's got like a river running through it and that, and it's like, don't know, it's quite nice.
Is it quite a nice wee place?
Aye, it's quite.
Is it somewhere that you would be like, once I've made my money, can you house up there?
No.
A wee house up there, take a wee
Aye,
6
a
months
wee house
off.
up in Inverness, maybe. I don't know, I can't imagine it. Got a wee flat up in Inverness.
Pure missionary, like for no
In
reason.
the city still.
Aye, like no even like in nature.
Like Canberra or
Aye.
something. It was like, and a man, I was just to get away from Glasgow.
I'm just going to live in a city that's ages away, tiny, got less stuff. For no reason.
Reason flat. I'm still paying $200,000 for it.
But it's nice.
It's lovely.
Surveys say it's the happiest place to live in Scotland,
Need to rate that.
and the
Do you know-
second happiest in the UK.
Do you know what?
What?
There you go.
Second in the UK?
See, I only know one person from Inverness, right?
Are they happy?
I worked with the boy just for like like he was on a site I was working on for like a week when I was working up in Inverness, and every time he's like, mate, he texts me sometimes on it. He's like a pure sound cunt, and he's just like, how's things going with your new job and all that, and he's just like a pure
like,
nice cunt, man.
congrats on this and that. You're like, well, that's a nice guy.
Pure
Right there.
lovely guy, you know what I mean?
Maybe it's 'cause
Seen
there's-
your LinkedIn, bro.
Maybe it's like I don't know. I don't know about Inverness, but maybe it's like because maybe this is why things are like people are maybe tend to be nicer in smaller towns,
But
than
they've still got the
cities.
amenities of a city.
Aye, because like they've no there's not as much like competition. There's not
Aye.
many other people trying to do the same thing as you. Like
I know what you mean. Aye.
there's places like you'll grow up and you'll be like, and that's the postman, and like
Aye.
the postman. No, just
Aye.
like there's one of the postmen. It's like he's the postman,
Aye,
mate,
that's-
for this whole place.
Mate, I was kind of like it when I went to Ireland to my pals when I was younger, and we went to like an island in like Southern Ireland, like got the boat there, and it was just this wee island, mate, and it was like had one post office, had like no police station. The police was like leaving on a boat when we got there, and one of the boys was like, "Oh, fucking class, that's the police away." I was like, "What? Like that's the full police gone?" He was like, "Aye," and he was telling us like one post office, one shop, 6 boozers, and a nightclub, mate. Like, cause it's Ireland, obviously,
Aye.
it's pure like everybody's just getting on it all the time, mate. And that was like
That's
a pure
good, eh?
class place. Everybody was all just buzzing and all that. Know what I
Aye.
mean? But aye, that might be why the small town mentality.
Aye, it could be. So Inverness, what are we saying? I can't really get a fair. Well, they've got a monster, right? It's a happy place to live. Like it's already sitting at
Healthy.
I would say healthy. I would say healthy.
I would say healthy, I know. Because also when I went up there, mate, I was like, when I was working there for like every night for a week, I would go and just chill next to Loch Ness smoking a joint. It was the pure best thing ever. Like just looking at Loch Ness like with a pen, know what I mean?
Aye.
That pure good time, man. Is that a pure good memory?
That's how I want to die, mate.
With
Get
Loch
swapped.
Ness coming out.
Big Nessie, that bitch swallowed me right up, man. Get that one. But aye, healthy.
Healthy.
Right, next one.
The next city, the Granite City, it is Aberdeen there.
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen, eh?
Aberdeen.
Right.
The Picts. It's not us here, innit? The Picts.
Unknown what?
It's like the mad clan before there was cities and shit. They speak Doc or something, Dockery or something.
I wouldn't say they're docks, but they're alright. I would say Aberdeen. Have I ever been to Aberdeen? Don't think so.
No,
No.
I have, and I like it.
Really?
It's really nice. Aye.
Is it?
Everything's like all the buildings are pure lovely architecture's
Really?
class,
Aye.
pure like granite. Like so, everything's made out of granite. It looks class. And then obviously it's pure rich because of the oil. So mate, it's in the 80s and that, like Aberdeen, cunts were moving from London to Aberdeen and all that, like starting
it.
up businesses because
It's the
Do-
sunniest city. as
Doing a
well,
lot of
so-
cocaine, probably.
doing a hell of a lot of devil's dandruff.
Oh,
I'll
fucking
tell you
hell.
that. But I do like it. Probably, gotta be honest, not as much as Inverness though.
Really?
I'm not that much into oil. I'll put it in my motor. I'll cook with it. But don't
Apart
really
from that.
care about where they're getting it for, and that.
Aye, it's something that like you're like, oh, that's good, but you're like, doesn't it? It's not actually going to affect your direct life.
Aye.
So it doesn't really mean it.
See Aberdeen, that was a place for me, like, again, I worked up there, it was heavy years ago, but see, aye,
Nice
mate, it's
building.
fucking gorgeous, man. That looks like something in Milan or something. But see, like, when I went up there, mate, I was like a pure wee guy expecting like a mad like my town in Ayrshire or something for it to be like that, mate. And see, when I went up and seen it, I was actually pure surprised. And it's got actually like a heavy cool show up called Hanon. Have you ever got in for Hanon?
Aye.
That's the cunts for Aberdeen.
Aye.
So
Says
that's
on
quite
it.
cool.
Says on it's Aberdeen, innit?
Aye, and I know a boy for Aberdeen. He's quite cool and all, so it's quite a cool place.
So what are you saying, Jamie
I would
Kelly?
say, mate, I would actually leaning towards quite healthy.
Quite healthy?
Quite healthy, aye.
You spoke like that sounded a lot better than Inverness.
No, Inverness was a beautiful place.
Oh, I
but
love Ness.
Ness in that. Like,
The Aberdeen Monster, never heard it, mate.
No,
so,
no.
aye, no. What would you say? Quite healthy. Quite
aye.
healthy. Right, what's the next one, Joe boy?
Next one's Dundee, which is a hard man town.
It's a hard man town.
Well, I think it's got to go to the top, mate. It's a hard man town.
I mean, come on. What are we meant to do
Yeah,
here?
sure.
Do you want to play that video? Because I've
Aye.
never even watched it.
Aye,
I don't
let's get the
even-
video.
Have you never watched that in this?
Oh, fuck, I thought you were saying you'd never watched
Oh,
it.
no,
I was like,
we
mate,
never-
wait till you see this.
Oh, it's amazing. You think you're from Dundee, like a bit of a hard man town.
It's a bit of a hard man town.
Mate,
Known
do
as
you
a bit of a hard man town.
while we're getting the video up, thoughts on Dundee, if you got any?
Dundee, I've only been there for like Celtic away games, really.
Good away trip.
I just don't think.
I like it.
What do you like about it? It's great.
Like my sister went to like uni there, so I went up a few times and like I don't know. I just think everybody's like mad. I think it's similar to here for like boozing and that.
Think so?
Like I like would meet cunts and be like, mate, you're fucking alright. Someone sit down here. I quite like the accent. I know it's no, it's like.
Aye, it's no. I date Dundee's like it just sounds a bit.
I quite
the
like
people
it.
from
It's like
Dundee
that.
just you're like, oh, he's mad. Mate. Know what I mean? Like as soon
and
as you
I'm
meet
just like, and I'm swinging after rafters.
Aye,
and
you're
I'm
like,
like,
this guy. It's like the type like you'd get. You'd be like, oh, who's coming out tonight? But like, you're like, oh no, you get anxiety. You know, you're like, we're going to do it for days, man.
But what else was it? There was the V&A, mate. The like sexiest museum in Scotland, bar none, mate. It was like cost 88 million to build.
And Jamie, it's a bit of a hard man
It's a
town.
bit of a hard man town.
Let's see it.
Dundee's always considered to be a kind of a hard man town. When I go on holiday in London, if anybody knows I'm from Dundee, they sort of give me the look of, oh, hard man.
He's an angel, isn't he?
I know. What a guy,
Never
man.
hurt a fly, man.
Nah. So Dundee,
I like it. I know. I don't know. I like it better than Aberdeen. I think.
we're saying healthy.
I don't know. I can't put Dundee healthy. I really like it. I don't know. It's up to you, mate. They've got an airport down at the fucking water. It's weird.
Right,
Quite a
I'm
weird
saying,
place.
honestly, I'll be honest, no that healthy.
No, that healthy. Mate, I would agree with you.
No that healthy.
I would agree with you. Fuck it.
No that healthy.
I've
for
got
Dundee.
just good memories for getting on it there. My sister was up there and all that, and like obviously the museum is sexy as fuck, but
Right.
not that bothered.
Not bothered with it.
Not that healthy.
Would you care if somebody said to you, you're never going to go to Dundee ever again?
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Exactly. So, it can't. No that healthy then.
Couldn't care less.
Right, okay. So what's the next
But
one, Joe?
Inverness, I would care about.
Right, exactly. So
Aye,
that's what we kind
I
of
get
go
you.
off.
So what was that like there?
That was not that healthy.
Healthy. So the next one,
What?
right at Glasgow. There.
Now we're talking, man.
See, when you talk about Glasgow, can they mention Glasgow and anything other than it's the champagne of cities, bro? The champagne of cities.
600,000 people.
I give some fucking Glasgow
Jesus, that
fans.
is mate. Roll them up, Joe.
Historic.
Roll them out, Joe. Get them out. Come on.
18th and 19th century contracts, beautifully new modern buildings. No, I don't agree.
Amazing.
With that. I like the old buildings.
Unreal. Keep going. How many
Right.
people again?
How many deaths this year? Go.
Stabbing death. How many famous shopping and destinations around the world other than Glasgow are you going to go to here? So we're looking at top fashion brands, quirky boutiques. I'm not going to read it. It's just
Aye,
stupid.
mate, because you look at Glasgow. See,
2,000 bars.
How many people died their own piss this year, Joe? Pull it up.
Imagine it's like 3 or something.
The leaders, the world's leading city, and people dying in their own piss.
I bet there is one of them.
2.8 million annual visitors.
Oh, mate, come on.
That footfall.
Oh, by the way, mate, so
Right, let's
if
see
we're
the
talking
series.
about Scottish
Let's
cities,
go.
right? It's like, remember I watched that Town Planner and I was telling you about that, and he said like the way it's set up, see Kelvin Grove into the West End, but then you turn round and then you're back into the town. Sucky Hall Street's just one big park, all that jazz. It's set up really well. Your football teams, two biggest football teams in Scotland.
In the world.
In the world, sorry.
In the world, mate.
Sorry, we'd actually win the Premier League, mate. 3 year wages,
Mate,
mate.
mate, put Celtic Rangers in Premier League, mate, and give them 5 years, mate, a bit top 4, but top 4, mate.
Aye. So what else? Like Scran and that, like it's got like. No, I mean,
Mate, listen to me when I talk about this Scran in Glasgow, right, Jamie? Listen to me right now, bro, right? I've been all over the world, yeah. I've been here, I've been there, I've been everywhere, yeah.
I've been up and down and over and out.
I've been to the east, I've been north, I've been south, yeah. Obviously in the west. The food scene in Glasgow at the moment, top tier, brother. Top tier. Telling you, mate. It's top tier. It's good, bro. Mate, this is going to sound blasphemous almost. I was just in Rome there, right?
Oh.
Get me back to Glasgow, brother. Food.
Really, bro? Aye.
Mate.
I didn't like any of the food. Well, no, I didn't like it.
This is what I'm going to... If you've never been to Rome, you think, oh, I'd love to go to Rome and get a pizza and all that and see them. Right. The city, beautiful, right? Easily the nicest place I've ever been in terms of like just walking about going, whoa, how is this place?
Different is
how it's like before Jesus and that. You're like, how is that? It's very hard to fathom. But what I'll say is, I was under the impression that you go to Rome and every pasta you get is like better than any pasta you've ever had, and every pizza you get is better. It's just like you're like, oh, this is real pizza, bro. It's just fucking pasta and pizza.
I'm gonna be honest with you, right?
Aye, has what?
See, every single time I've been to Italy, like 4 times or something, I'm not that bothered about the
food
pizza and pasta.
Mate, it's no.
So we've got like Italian like relatives, and it's like, see, if you talk about like, oh, they do a nice pizza in there, it's like, no they don't, like it's the foothills of Tuscany, that's where you need to go and all like mad shit like that. But see, like fucking Venice, like Rome, Milan, Florence and all that, it's like those places that stuff's banging, obviously, but then sometimes I'm just like, it's just alright. It's like Frankie and Benny's or something.
Mate, this is the thing, man. Aye,
when they cook their own pasta, it's like nice.
Aye, mate, but it's just no that way. I was like, it's nice, but I thought I was going to be like, whoa, and I just
As
wasn't.
if it's a new food.
Aye, I think
like
it's very
cunts
simple.
have caught up with like, see, like our like supermarkets and that. It's not like the 80s anymore. You can go and get like mad spices that you've never had and shit. Do you know what I mean? You can just get avocado and that. I bet that wasn't a thing like when cunts were like, oh, you need to go to Rome and get a real pasta and all. Like you can make one here. Know what I mean? Like shit's caught up, I think.
It's just, mate,
You know the mad thing where it's like, what Indian dish is it that was invented in Glasgow?
Tikka masala.
Tikka masala, aye.
Like, I think, is pizza not the same with that, where it's like New York is actual the pizza,
The actual
but, like,
home of
Italy,
pizza.
It was more
Mate,
Italian
I would
people
rather
in New
a
York.
New York pizza than a...
Mate, if you said that in Italy, you would get your head cut off.
You would, wouldn't you? But I bet it was... See, when you talk about all these mad biblical foods, I bet a pizza, like, 3,000 years ago was heavy, weird, and no the same. And it's been tweaked.
Wait, we were talking about Glasgow there?
I know. No,
I just forgot.
pizzas.
No, but the food scene.
But the food in Glasgow is great,
It's top tier, mate. You can get... There's just so many... like, maybe if you said to me 5 years ago, I'd be like, oh, it's all right, it's not... But no, it's like...
Think so?
Very good, mate.
I think anywhere, like, see, we went... I was out for a coffee with Joe the other day and we went to this wee Italian. It's called Pasta something Deli on the West End on Byers Road. It's called Pasta Deli, something fucking amazing, like coffee and like wee cakes and all that. And like, I bet, like, you wouldn't get that a lot in other kind of like Dundee or that. You know what I mean? Like, no, like
What, a cafe selling like coffee and that?
No, they sell like this.
I know. Mate, like,
Real,
let me give a free plug. Andina on Duke Street, Colombian coffee, mate. You go in, it's the music from Cartagena, yeah. Everybody's like that when you go in, mate, dancing and that. And see, hearing that mad Latin music, you're getting a coffee made for you. It's pure fresh. It's you're like, oh, this is how it's done, mate.
Then you go up to Meza and get a piece, and it's like the best fucking lunch. Aye, get a piece for me. A piece of ham.
Piece of ham. But aye, Glasgow. So let's talk about like
tallest cinema in the world. Sorry for shouting.
The tallest building in the world. Glasgow, I would say moving to Vietnam and coming back made me like appreciate Glasgow more.
Did that?
As soon as I go back, I was like, oh,
aye,
love this place.
See at this moment in time, I'm pure like Amsterdam's the best place in the world. Like I genuinely think that now, and like I want to one day move there, and like I'm thinking about it and I'm like, it's fucking shite here. I'm in a bit of
right. No, it happens. I think everybody feels that.
Because I'm like thinking about how amazing it is out there. I'm like, pish.
And you were going to go to Vietnam, so you've had that thing. You're like, I want to go and do something.
I've got like a mad mind that's
Mate,
like.
I feel like honestly, like obviously I'm not going to say like everybody needs to do that, but obviously everybody doesn't need to do that. But see, like living in a different culture for like a year, even a year. That's what I done. See, when you come back, you're like, there's so many things you notice about Scotland and that you're like, I didn't even notice how like good that is here and shit, and just
or bad
just,
the other way around.
like it makes
I bet when you came back, the mad gear thing was like a pure like, well, what the fuck's going on here?
I mean,
Like-
nobody was taking gear in Vietnam. Like obviously people must have been doing it somewhere, but like when you go out, it's like a more laid back culture. So no, everybody's like, what's happening, mate? The fuck are you getting on it? And like nobody acts like that. It's not like a pure. They're just like very like reserved in public and that. Like you don't pure make a mad arse of yourself in public and that. So everybody's quite chill. Like even like we were talking to like some of the teaching assistants and that, and they were saying like, oh, like the ones could speak English, and they were like, no, like you would never like fight with somebody in the street in Vietnam, not like you'd never see that, like ever. Like imagine like saying that. Imagine you'll add something you'd never see a fight in the street in Scotland ever. Like you know what I mean? Like
you would just know
and you see a fight at the airport when like the luggage. Where's this fucking luggage in? Fucking Ryanair, fucking joke.
That pink one with daisies on it was mine. He's
aye, mate. So you're looking at things like that, but Glasgow. I think we need to fire it at the top, baby.
Aye, right at the top, mate. Right at the top.
Hellfest. Is that the one
mate,
at the top?
Even one above that, if we can.
Aye, Hellfest. I mean, it's no like obviously it's because it's negative aspects, but it's home, baby. So we need to put it at the top. So I think we should just have one more.
The next one is Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
What can we say about Edinburgh?
It's a beautiful place. It's a lovely city.
Do you know? See, I would love see the Edinburgh accent, right? I would love.
Nobody spoke.
No, I think they would be great at like reading a book to you.
Aye.
You would. I think like you'd be right into it.
Kind of like what I was saying earlier on, that mad like
it's engaging,
pure Scottish. No, but sometimes Edinburgh can be so like posh that it's English, but.
You're right, by the way. I'm talking about the working class, mate.
You're talking about the kind of the guys that just talk like that, and they say, "I'm going to read you a wee story," and that.
Aye, I work with a guy called Harry who on the railway who moved back to Australia, and he was from Edinburgh. And like I think we were talking about this before. Like, you end up when you hang about with somebody from Edinburgh, you end up just flinging like, at the end of sentences and that. And I remember people were like, "Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "Mate, just seems right."
Have you noticed I've stopped that as well?
Aye.
Huh? I've stopped that. I've not done that in ages. I'm going to
bring it back.
Bring it back. But
aye,
Edinburgh, mate. See, Edinburgh's like a fairy tale place. I think. Mate, see that castle and all that, mate, on a mad hill and
Edinburgh at Crimble, brother. Don't make me cry.
Don't get me started.
A wee Crimble night out up at Edinburgh, mate.
Oh, mate, you cannot beat it. No, but really, I do actually love a night out in Edinburgh.
Edinburgh is class, mate.
Aye.
Edinburgh's class.
And you can booze in the street and that.
Huge bonus.
Huge bonus. You see when you go through that, oh, you can't do this back home, can you? I'm not, we're not allowed. Motherfucker, we end up getting drunk and things.
They're like, oh god, we just like chill with each other. Like, no, but I think
unhealthy then.
Oh, Joe's a hater of Edinburgh.
You spent some time.
You talk about Edinburgh, Joe. What did
I went back? I was back in Edinburgh the other week, and I was like pure excited to go back. So I've not been in so long. Like I used to live there and all that, and it was just quite pish, man. I don't know.
Aye.
I went to Cab of All and all that, went to a few places because I was in lockdown when I was there, so none of the shit was open.
Me and you went out, but we ended up going
only
out.
Pubs like dancing.
Dancing's not one they own, but we went out and we were actual pissed, man. That was where the famous Nando's order, Joe's infamous Nando's order.
The day after. Aye.
But I thought it was heavy good to like go into your wee flat through there and all that, and like.
Did you like living there?
I like being myself and that, but you can do that anywhere. I mean, I'd much rather do it. Like,
doesn't it feel like that? Doesn't it feel like
in Glasgow?
Aye, like just somewhere different. I mean, like.
Do you know what's class about when you move away? Right, I was like. When you went to Edinburgh, like you always go to like, do you know how like I'm for like Springburn? It's like I wouldn't like choose to live in Springburn. I would choose to live closer to the town or something.
Right.
So like, see if I went.
Springburn's heavy close to it.
No, but I mean like in a flat, like.
Oh yeah.
like near the
Merseyside.
town, like I can walk around.
Yeah, walk around.
Well, if I've got a little flat in, like, say, who knows, like in the West End somewhere, just a little £2 million flat, and I can walk around. But like, know how when you go, like, when you go to stay for in Edinburgh, you obviously stay near the centre. You don't go stay in Leith for anything. Know what I mean?
Aye.
So I think that's why cunts always enjoy, like, when they
Because
stay
they're
away.
like right there.
Aye. Because if you moved into the town, you would love it. I know. Know what I mean?
Because you're like, wow, there's so much shit here. But really, like, I know.
I've sometimes do that. See, when I walk through, just talking about, like, when we're talking about Glasgow, I sometimes walk through Glasgow and be like, what would this be like if I was a tourist? Like,
Mate, I always think that because, like, do you know, I think it's so funny? Like, you walk by something, like, see, like, at George Square, right? And you'll see a mad thing, and you're like, if I was on here on holiday, you'd be pure, like, get a picture of that, but like, you just walk by it every day.
do you know what happened? I was, like, in the town one day, and I seen, like, this group of tourists all buzzing what's the fuck?
St Enoch Centre?
No, the, like, City Chambers, mate.
Aye.
And then I was like, and I just looked up at it, and I was like, that building's actually amazing.
Aye.
Like, it was, I pure noticed it that day, mate. And then I've got pictures, like, see if you go back my Instagram for like 4 years ago, like every few months I would just post a picture of the City Chambers, because I was just like, this place is fucking dynamite. I just pure loved it, and it was ever since that. I think you pure don't notice things.
No, you don't,
I
'cause
kind
you
of try
live
and do
here.
that when I'm in the town, like, look up, because there's mad shit, there's mad gargoyles and tap of fucking, like, hanging off the side of buildings and all that. There's
Just
mad
walk by it. Like,
mental shit.
aye. But Edinburgh, aye.
I'd say healthy for Edinburgh. I'd say healthy.
But, right, I'll ask you a question. Imagine you're getting a lie detector test right now, right? What, like, walking about the city, right? Like, city centre, where do you think looks nicer out of the two? Glasgow or Edinburgh?
Edinburgh.
Right. But it's not as high as Glasgow.
No.
Why
There's
no?
a lot.
What would you say is the differences between the
Mate,
two?
Prague's nicer than Glasgow, but Glasgow's a better city.
It's not home.
It's not home, bro. There's so much that goes into choosing the healthiest. Do you think I'm just here spouting shite because I'm for Springburn?
Aye.
Do you think I'm here like because I'm for Glasgow? I'm being biased, mate. No, there's, like, as I said, the two biggest football teams, like, the mere, like, it's just mere. All the comedians that come out of here are better than that. Like, there's, I know I sound like I'm real slagging Edinburgh now. I heavy like it. I've got pals for there and that, but, like, it's just, there's more shit happening in Glasgow, I feel like. In Edinburgh, there's more politics and shit happening.
In
Like,
Edinburgh's much more touristy.
so, mate, it's
Like
for
American
English people,
tourists
mate.
and that. Like,
English people
you
move there all the time.
It's crazy. So, I would agree with you. The one below healthiest, is that healthy?
Healthy.
I would give it that, man. So, there you go, man.
Right.
We just ranked them all.
Aye.
So, what else is going on in the Patreon, Joseph?
So we've got a question that's been asked by two people here. Ross and Carly Bowen are both asking how Jamie got on in Amsterdam. If you had a good time.
I obviously kind of spoke about it a bit, but it was like the best time, man. It was like, it was just fucking about, like, having a smoke, going to mad cool places for stuff to eat and drinking that, and mate, I just loved it. It's the pure best time ever. So
Amsterdam.
You should go there. That's an advert.
Basically, it is,
They
mate.
can quote me on it. I'm Mr. Amsterdam himself.
You're
can
in the
quote me
advert,
on
aren't
that.
you? Visit Amsterdam. Visit them.
Aye, Amsterdam.
Aye, I'd like to go back, but yes.
Aye, we're going to go back.
Aye, we are.
And come back next year. Little vlog. Little damn vlog. But because I already
But you spoke about that,
Aye.
So Lloyd Tobin has sent us a video to react to, but he's also asking Evan if he's got any recommendations for things to do in Vietnam, in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh. That would be appreciated. Prayer hands emoji.
Oh, very Vietnam vibes there.
Aye,
with the
wasn't
prayer hand. Cool things to do in Vietnam. Well, the best place I went to in Vietnam was in Da Nang, right? So, Joe, if you want to search Da Nang on that, right, I went to a place called, type in Ba Na Hills, Ba, then space Na, I think it is Hill, and Da Nang, aye. So, this is like, mate, this is crazy. So, it's the world's highest, what do you call that, like ski lift, is that what you call it?
Aye.
No gondola, that's the mad boats.
Like the chairlift.
Aye, like, see if you're skiing, they'll lift it. Aye, it's a ski lift, innit? So it's got the highest one of them in the world.
Aye,
is
that's
there,
mad.
right? And it takes you for, like, you could just go to this place, like, in near, like, mad, like, foresty bit. You go, it's a car park, you just go in, right?
Yeah, we get a fiver.
And then you No, but it's no even. It's a mad operation, right?
Oh, is it?
Aye, it's a mad tourist attraction. Then what it is, mate, like it's a way. You're actually on this thing for about 15 minutes, right? Going up into these hills, like way high up, bro. I'm talking like, mate.
Are
like
you scared of
15
heights? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
Nah, not really.
No, really, no. So wasn't it that bad?
I'm not particularly. Obviously, like if
you fell off a building,
I'd be a wee bit scared. But
let's see
if you type in Banner House, so what it is, mate, you go up in that for like ages, mate, right through all these hills and that, right, and then you get to the top and you're in a mad European like ancient city thing, mate. It's crazy, bro.
What the fuck? That's
mate,
mental.
That's mad castle thing.
Aye, mate, that. Mate, that is like, and there's a Starbucks at the top and all that.
What the
It's,
fuck?
mate, it's crazy, honestly.
That's mad. Let's see it, Joe.
I've got, mate, my old videos, I'm walking about. Hold on, mate. Wait there. I'll try and find this quickly, right? Because I used to make YouTube videos about
travel.
being in Vietnam.
Oh, that actually does look like Budapest or something. Budapest
Mate,
Castle.
that is like up the mountains, mate.
That's mad,
It
innit?
is insane to look at, man. That is,
How did they build that?
mate, I have no idea. It's a French village. It's crazy, mate.
Aye, that's
it's one of the
amazing.
most mind-blowing things.
So
like
where
I'm
is
sure
that?
Joe could put some more pictures up behind us as we're talking, but
So if bro's gone to Vietnam,
go to Da Nang. Like Ho Chi Minh's good. Ho Chi Minh is like defo, like I think because I lived there, but like that was my sort of mad
it's a mad metropolis, isn't it?
Aye, mate, I love that place. But you can go in Ho Chi Minh. I would go to, I'm trying to think, like the Independence Palace, the War Remnants
Where'd
Museum.
you go for a booze?
The Dragon's Gate Irish pub.
Aye.
You can get down there. I go to District 1, walk about there. It's lovely, man. In Ho Chi Minh. I never went to Hanoi, so but the one
Oh, did
place
you
if you're
not?
going to but if you're going to Vietnam, go to Da Nang, and then also like you've got the mad bridge that's the hand. Did that picture come
Oh
up?
no, that scares me. Don't get that up.
Aye,
That's frightening,
mate,
bro.
it's so cool.
It's
so cool, bro.
really hate that.
Mate, that's where that is as well. It's up at that mad Banner House thing, and you
Mate,
get
'cause I'm pure
you get, mate. This is what's wild. I know. See that Banner House? There's different levels there, right? So like
Aye,
when
aye,
you're
aye.
up there, you can get on another one, and there's two going the opposite way, and you go down to a mad, and it's like the Enchanted Village and
Aye,
all
that's
that.
class.
It's amazing, man.
Mate, do you know I've got like a big thing? Like I've got a kind of phobia of shit that's too big, but no like natural
Things
shit.
that should be small that are
Aye,
massive.
mate. So see the kelpies, mate. That scares me. I don't know why. When I drive by it, I'm like, I don't know.
Like try not to look at it. And all.
See, even come down. I'm quite like a tall person. See, when I see somebody that's taller than me, I'm a bit like,
Aye,
it's weird.
Whoa, what
Aye.
must that be like?
And like, aye, but then see shit like that. Like you always see like the horns. That freaks me out. It just makes me imagine big fucking
Horns?
Aye, and then like
Like a giant's horns?
Do you know how you get mad art pieces that are like a big spoon just sitting up? That just makes me, I don't know, a bit
It's a
weird.
bit weird, because maybe it makes you feel like tiny, because
Aye.
you're like,
Mate.
that's usually in proportion to me, that's usually
I can batter that about.
I
innit?
like a 50th of the size of me, or
Exactly.
like whatever, like aye.
But even things like, see stuff that like, 'cause stuff can be big and still scary. See like a ship, bro. See if you ever. That freaks me out so much, man.
So
There's a mad woman in a boat.
I just don't like it. Because see if you
That's
get
a
in a
big ship.
shipyard, mate, there's ships just like outside.
Just
like,
hanging about.
They've been like dragged out the water and they're getting like fixed in that. And there's one in Girvan, like with my cousins
I
stay.
typed in megalophobia and that horn was one of them.
Oh, really?
Aye, like,
So it's a thing?
Aye,
So I'm not alone?
you're a megalophobic.
That sounds illegal.
Yeah, I think it is in some states, mate. But aye, there's the tips for Vietnam, man.
Aye. Also, just be careful with the big hands.
Next, we've got a question all about Scottish slang, and it's from Dominique.
So,
And it's just asking us to talk about Glasgow slang. So
All right.
Aye.
So I mean, we done Oxter,
aye, we've covered
the
Oxford.
ultimate Glasgow slang that we didn't even know was Glasgow slang.
Mate, I think this podcast is near enough just 3 years of Glasgow slang.
This is like a case study on Glasgow slang. This podcast.
Aye, this will be reviewed with philosophers in many years.
I always think that. I always think like even people in Scotland must not know what we're saying a lot of the
Aye,
time.
a lot of them want.
I'm sure my dad said, "Aye, ma." Like I'm sure he said, like, "Oh, my pal ended up on YouTube watching the podcast, and yeah, I think he was like, I didn't know what they were talking about." You know what I
couldn't
mean?
understand
Like,
a
he's
word.
Scottish, he's like, "I don't even know what they're saying, man."
Aye. Mate, I have it, pure interest me, like etymology and like the way words, like the way that we still use Scots words and shit, like I like stuff like that. So I was thinking that one day I think we've spoke about it before, maybe getting somebody on, like a linguist or an etymologist, just to talk about like. And there was a guy that was on the radio. That's when I started. When I thought of maybe getting somebody on to talk about us. There was a guy talking about like slang in London, and it was like talking about like, see, like young people have like drill slang and that, and he was like, it's pure like poetry, something, and it's pure like valid and shit. Like the way that people talk shouldn't be invalidated because it's not pure Queen's English and all that. I just wanted somebody to tell me it's alright.
I just pat you in the back and go, you're alright,
It's
Jamie.
fine, mate. It's poetry, bro.
It's art,
no,
mate.
but I think like Glasgow's
That
a
would be
pure,
interesting.
it's a pure good like place because there is a lot of like, I don't know. I just feel like it would be a pure good kind of.
There's a lot of, I like,
Subject.
as we say with Oaksters, there's a lot of things. I don't think that's like specifically in Glasgow, right? But like, there's things that we'll say and we're like, but do you not say that?
Aye,
like we
yes.
had Dan Fox on and he was like, it's pure Raj, and we're like, is that good or bad? And he was
Aye,
like,
Raj,
he
aye.
was like, do you not say that? But
Aye.
there'll be stuff that
And
we
that's only like 40 minutes away.
I know.
It's
I
just
want
a-
to know about shit like dillion and all that.
Aye,
So
a
what's that even
dillion.
mean?
Aye, where
What
did that
does a dillion mean?
maybe it's like, that's a dillion, man.
Like, oh, maybe it's like million, billion, dillion. It's a massive
Why
word.
do people say like, that's cracking, I know?
Cracking. Aye.
That's cracking,
That's
that.
smashing that.
Aye, that's like, why is that a good thing? That's
Aye.
smashing, like smashing
Mate,
things.
it's cool, but because like, see that like words get added into the dictionary, like cunts like make up words. I think like LMAO is a word or whatever. Like, but like even right back to like Shakespeare, I always hear like that he invented like something mad like 4,000 words to the English language, like introduced them, and there was one that was like excellent, right? And I was like, how could you like come up with the word excellent? And see when he said that, oh that's excellent, why was everybody just like, I know what that means?
And not it, but I know this might sound obvious, but obviously excellent must come from like,
Excel.
excelling, and like
Aye.
this is
But
like
I don't
a
know.
mad.
But
I
what
would
did-
love somebody to come on and explain all that to me.
Aye, mate, that's what
Let's
I mean.
do that.
And then the Glasgow version, obviously.
If
as
you're
well.
listening to this, you know somebody who could come on and explain basically how life started and how words got.
how
if
to
you,
talk language words.
if your cousin or something, your cousin Aaron or something knows,
Aye.
then
Aaron
get
would
into-
know.
Aaron knows.
If
My
I know
cousin knows
Aaron-
all that, mate. Don't know you, mate.
Done
but-
words at your name, it.
Done, you got higher in words, mate. But aye, thanks for the question, Dominic.
So the next one is Bobo Baldi wants us to watch Super Sus go into Chernobyl. But I was thinking it's probably we could be better watching like a big 40-minute version of this. And just
How, what
Is that a full thing?
It's like
Aye, because
going
I know
into Chernobyl
I've
and
seen
all
the guy and he had like he was doing.
He goes in like underwater into a mad reactor and all that, and like
Right,
takes out a
here.
beer and shit.
Mate, it's
Just
wild.
want to promise Bobo Baldi will do a reaction video on Patreon at Christmas for that then.
Aye. So we will Bobo Baldi. We have seen the Super Sus Man, and we think it's that mental that it needs to be its full own thing. So we could do that could be some bonus content in December on Patreon.
just a wee-
Bobo Baldi. We will watch that full thing and just react to it. So that's coming because we don't want to. We need to do it justice. It's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
We
So
don't want to anger Bobo Baldi either.
aye,
Bobo's gonna get you.
it's gonna get us, man. Aye. So what's next, show?
I've got this video for Jamie Fisher, and it's a guy stuck in a hangar.
Nice.
Which
Like
is
an
brilliant,
airport
man.
hanger or a...
Oh, this guy's on drugs. I can see already. Look at the pupils, man.
Hang in there, my brother.
Oh,
What the fuck? What the fuck? Where am I? I'm hanging here, fun. Get me out of here. This is... Whoa, I was in Narnia before and now I'm in here hanging. Fucking hell, lad. Someone put me on. I've been here for weeks. Go on.
Been
I'll
here
be
for
good
weeks.
for you. You look good in me. Go on. Just put me on. Just fucking put me on. You put them all the other ones on. You didn't put me on though, did you? I thought I had to get you. I could be a sound one. Hey, Lee.
what does put me on mean?
No, he's saying
What,
like,
Jacob?
I'm a t-shirt. You put all the other ones on. That's crazy, bro.
Ket, innit?
No, that's fucking some hardcore ecstasy,
Is
bro.
it?
That's some very good eckies, mate.
Aye.
It's the red ups, mate.
Oh,
The UPS babies,
the
babe.
Teslas.
Mate, I remember when we went to Amsterdam, it was like, there was actual warnings, pure don't. But see, for them, it was like, it wasn't don't take them, there's like mad shit in them. It was like, they're too good.
Aye, aye.
They're too
What for
strong.
ups?
What?
What for ups? Or?
Aye. Ups.
Mate,
You
they
red
were-
and
they were
yellow ones?
similar for me, but it was for the Rolling Stones. And it's like the mad...
Aye.
at
Aye,
them
the
when
tongue.
I was there, man, and it was like signs about like don't touch these.
Aye.
They're like, but I was like talking to cunts and I was like, are they killing cunts? And they're like, no, they're like the best things ever.
Aye.
But there was
Aye.
also made big signs like that was another thing that back when I went to Amsterdam for the first time. I thought it was like a bit of a more like standoff city because I was there thinking like this is a mad on it place.
Aye,
like
aye.
so I was like going in, but there was big signs everywhere like don't accept things that it might be white heroin, like
Aye.
if people trying to sell you coke and that. And I was purely a bit
You're
on
like,
edge
what,
about it.
I'm fucking looking for white heroin. You've got white heroin in here?
Is that gear?
Oh, get to fuck man, you get any white heroin? Aye, but that video's pretty fucking mad, mate.
That is mental,
that
mate.
is like the level of fleeing that like
You want to be it.
you only get maybe 5 of them in your life, mate. I would
think
say.
so, aye.
Because then after that you're just
You've maxed out your credit card
Aye,
and
it's
flee.
like aye.
You've got flea points and you've like
You've
maxed
used
them
it.
out.
Aye, like you just keep throwing money at it. I remember, mate, how funny is this? A boy we used to hang about with, see for weeks, right? This is actually unreal. He would be like that. Like, we'd all be getting on it and we'd get eckies and that, and he'd be like that. Pure sitting heavy sad and that, right? We'd be like, what's that with you? And he was like that. I fucking lost my flea. Right? And he'd be like, I could take 10 eckies right now, I wouldn't be fleeing and that. And he would like gub like 3. Be like, but he would obviously be ripping, but in his head he must have still is like fucking shite, mate. Like actually, like I've lost it, mate. Like he was like, it was pure driving him
That's
insane.
horrible.
He's like, I can't get the flea back and all that, mate.
Imagine that, like
It's
pure
like,
trying
whoa,
to,
bro.
imagine being pure fleeing and thinking you're alright.
Aye.
Like you wish
Mate,
you
it
were
was like
fleeing.
that, like, but now it was like you could see it working on his body, so like he was pure sweating and that. It was like that, but he would be sitting like, fucking lost my flea. This was like weeks. And
Oh right, I
like it'd be
every
beautiful
time
each
I went
weekend.
out,
I'd be black, like you got it back yet, and he'd be like, fucking no, mate.
That's brilliant. I'm at the ongoing
It's like
saga.
your mojo, mate. Like,
Do you know if
that's almost
he's
what it was
found
like.
his flea yet?
I hope so. I hope he's out there. I don't talk to him anymore, but I hope he's found that.
They're
flea.
fleeing like fuck.
But what else we got, Joseph?
Next one is Lloyd Tobin with a Salvia video with 2 likes on it. So
Oh, mate,
yes.
they're the best videos. Mate, there's a video that reminds me of this one that we're going to watch on YouTube, and it's called like Wee Chrissy hitting a pure para. That's the name of the video, and it's like now it's like minding mad, like see like when there was like actual young teams kicking about, like when we were wee guys and shit, and they would have videos on YouTube, and it's like taking on one of their phones, like a pure early phone, and it's like you can't even, it's all just pixels. Like it's like one of the videos. So I imagine this is going to be. Aye, it is. I can see it already. So what is this? What's the title of this for the people?
So the title of this video is Rabbi Filla Salvia.
See, I thought it was a rabbi, mate.
I
a
don't know.
Jewish priest?
I think it's Rabbi because
Rabbi.
I'm sure Lloyd sent us a message of why he's called Rabbi, but I can't remember. But I'm sorry, Lloyd, but we'll get. It's either Rabbi or Rabbi, but let's have a wee
Thank God it's
watch.
back, mate.
I
He told us
know
to watch
we couldn't
this
get it last
weeks
time.
ago, aye.
What happened?
It
The
just was like
the
timed
Rabbi
in or
cussed us,
something.
bro.
Aye.
Hopefully we don't get took down, man.
4 minutes, mate. This could be a wild one.
Never mind him now. Do that?
See it?
No.
Oh, I've got pure
Salvia
pure
bucket,
felt that
man.
there, bro.
Let down, you maddie.
Mate, see you getting bucket etiquette rang? Cunts go after that. Put it down.
Kiss the frog.
It's happening.
He's on another planet,
Sounds
isn't
my demons behind the camera.
he? Mate, you're laughing. Oh, man. Oh, he's done well to get to the
Mate, you know that was the hardest thing he's ever done. The
Aye.
3 steps.
I'm proud of him. Try to shake it away and all that.
It's the same, man. Mate, see when you're that out your dick, man, the last thing you want to hear is go.
Worst, innit, man?
It's alright.
Someone should call my uncle.
The mob. My wife.
It's alright. Aye.
Mate, that's bad.
That is like, do you know what that is? It's like somebody's just done that with your brain, mate. You don't know
Heard
nothing.
about what that is like, Sylvia.
Aye.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would be like. I was getting mixed up with
like,
spice.
mate, I pause it, it's alright, we get it, he's fucked. Cheers, Lloyd, that is pretty fucking
That is
mental.
mental,
Mate, but
aye.
Salvia, mind we watched the video, the boy that I went to
the
school
wee boy,
with
aye.
in Salvia, and it's pure, your ma's coming round. Mate, like, I remember, like, when people were doing it, I've never done it, right? But I remember a boy I was pals with got it and done it, and he smoked it out of, like, a plastic bottle as a mad bong thing, right? Aye.
Mate,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
that is how every cunt in Australia smokes green. Every cunt does it like that, mate. Like a bottle, and then like they turn a bottle into a wee bong. It's like his classmate. There's like burn a wee hole in it, put a pipe in it, and then put a can, cut it into a
Aye.
cone. It's good. They call them cones. That's it. And you hold a wee other like
That,
hole in the bowl.
mate, that's exactly what he done with it.
They're dynamite.
But he done it, and he said, like, I don't think he even done a lot of it, so he wasn't like that pure, couldn't even talk like that, but he said, like, everything went like as if everything was made of Lego.
Oh, mate, that's the start of DMT.
Is it, aye?
DMT's like Play-Doh or Lego, and the room changes into that before you get the screen. The room changes into just everything's mush and either pure melting or Play-Doh or Lego. It's like for different cunts, but that's like what the first like draws like, and then you would either get like a screen or you would close your eyes and go on a mad fucking.
Aye, like Lee was talking about, like, you were asking him, was it like a screen or was it like
Aye.
you were still looking at things?
So like
Aye.
a screen's
like putting
a
VR
screen is
goggles on almost.
the maddest thing ever, bro. Because imagine you're sitting with your eyes open and you can't see anything that's in front of you.
That is crazy.
It's insane, bro.
I've never been that deep, mate.
Aye, but that's what you were saying about that Lego. But that's how I felt there, because see when he done that, and then he sat down like that, I felt like that was like, it was pure shaking that, and I was like, that's what that was like. But I would think Spice or Salvia, would be a bit more like, I don't know. I always thought it was
Fun?
like no, a lot worse. Like I thought it was like no,
Salvia?
mind the Benadryl. I was showing you that
Aye.
shit. I thought it'd be like that, everything going all black, mad demons and
No,
shit.
but Salvia, I think it was like, I've never seen somebody have a pure great time taking Salvia, to be
Aye,
honest.
aye, aye.
Like every video, like even that boy at school, mind I said that he would get pulled the bucket and I couldn't put
Aye,
Salvia in it
pubes.
instead, Salvia and pubes, mate. And he couldn't had to get dragged in when his arse was hanging out and all
He's
that.
not having a good time.
So I've never seen somebody be like, I love Salvia, mate. It was
Aye.
brilliant when I done it. I had a great night. You know
Aye,
what I mean?
all cunts getting addicted to it. That.
Aye.
It's not really a thing, is it?
I know. So I think we've got a few more on Patreon, but we're kind of running out of time here. We've been here a wee while now. The episodes went quite long. So what we're going to do is, we don't want to just answer them and then just throw them away. So the rest of the questions, we're going to follow them on in next week's podcast, which will be Mark Black is making his return.
Oh,
Stand-up genius,
Aye.
Marcus Black. So he's going to be coming back on, and we'll ask the questions, the remaining questions with him. We'll watch the videos, whatever. So that's going to be good, man.
that sounds good. That'll be a good last week on YouTube.
Aye,
for
wee
the
reminder, we're not going to be here. So the last solo episode of 2023.
Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it, Evan.
Jamie, I'm always enjoying myself with the people. So as always, troops, give us a wee like, give us a wee comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you're listening to the podcast, give us a wee review on Apple or Spotify. And it needs to be 5 stars, like genuinely. It needs to be like, if you're not going to give us any,
Aye,
if you're not going to give us 5 stars, then like, just keep that opinion to yourself. Like,
If you can't say something nice,
don't say it at all.
That's it, bro.
Exactly it, man.
That's the message, brother.
We'll see you next time, troops.
Cheers.
Feet up, kick back and relaxing at best. No, I'm sitting on Reilly's Gaff.